Hey everybody.
Hey everybody, welcome to TFT, Tarot for Today, Divine Dabblings with
Oberon.
and me, Banshee. Welcome to another edition of our show during Super Tarot Love Month.
I thought you were going to say Mercury Retrograde. No, that's over.
No, it's a happier
Sure
occasion.
hope so. Hi, Apple and Eve.
Angel, Mary, Lena,
Hi,
I'm trying
Violet.
to get everybody on the list.
Estelle, Angel, Mary, Lena, Mama T, happy
Mama
birthday.
T is on the top because
Jackie,
it's
Deep
her
Shika.
birthday.
That's right, happy birthday again.
There's Jackie, Deep Shika. Let's see. Did I miss anybody?
Sonali just
Apple
came
and
in.
Eve. Good to see you.
Mm-hmm.
Starry Boo, welcome.
Hi, Starry Boo. Sonali?
I did get. Where's Sonali come in?
Mhm.
I'm not that far down yet. Starry Boo, Violet Lotus. Violet's last, of course. But I'm going to put her in. Sonali. I think I've got it. I have a special treat too, Mama T. I created a new reading for birthdays. Hey, get over there.
You bad boy.
I think you want to try. No, the more you know what I didn't do though? I didn't pull out
I needed to keep this arm down here because it blocks him.
this chair.
That's
This
so
is
funny.
where you come up. You come up and you go down.
He's got to be that way,
And
you
I know he'll listen to me too. Okay, so let's see. We've got a great new reading. It has the exact same number of cards as my birthday wish spread, but I just feel it might be more well, the birthday wish is about making a wish, but this one is just about your year ahead, your birthday year, starting with your birthday and what gifts might be coming to you in the year ahead. So we will talk about that more in a minute. I just want to make sure I've got everything together here. And also,
Thanks,
we are
Violet.
going to start with our card for the collective.
I just said thanks to Violet for handling the list.
Oh yeah, thank you, Violet, as always. Using, again, the Love Oracles. Which, by the way, people on Twitter and Facebook, this will be replacing Monday Morning Tea for this next month. It will be my Oracle of the Day for Super Tarot Love Month.
Hi, Cara. Did you
Cara,
see? Did you
good to
see
see
Sunny's stunning entrance?
We're going to have to put a stop to that. And I just want to say to everybody, Sunny, just moments before we started filming, has been up on the bed,
Snoozing
sleeping
away.
and snuggling in Mr. O's snuggly, comfy robe.
He likes the fleece, so they all like to climb into it a little bit.
And I whispered to Mr. O very, very quietly here, let's see if he'll stay up there and be nice and cuddly upstairs
Not a chance.
and leave us alone. No, the minute he hears us starting our show, here he is.
Oh well. So what do we have for the collective?
All right, well, Mr. O, you are going to pick the card. We'll see.
All right.
Last time we used this, I believe we had Josephine Baker, didn't we?
That's right. I know that card did come up recently.
All right, I'm going to cut, and I'm going to let you draw one, Mr. O.
Oh. Elizabeth
Oh
the
my,
First.
interesting. So what does it say on the card, Mr. O?
Okay.
The first one is one night stands.
Have the heart of a man and the body of a woman.
The next one is long-term relationships and breakups.
I would rather be a beggar and single than a queen and married.
Wow. And the last one?
What does it mean?
Oh, that one is family and friends.
A clear and innocent conscience fears nothing.
Well, we're going to have to take a look at this one, see what they say about Queen Elizabeth the First here.
Yeah, it is kind of ironic, I assume.
Here it is, Elizabeth I, 1533 to 1603,
Yeah, that's
if you're
right.
wondering about her
Today's
era.
the Jubilee, too, of courage, Elizabeth.
Right. Oh, how ironic that we picked this card.
That's
right.
what Violet was referring to.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Violet. Good observation. We were just talking about that earlier. I'm not sure how I feel about Queen Camilla. Let me just say that. But beyond that, anyway, hey, it's up to Britain. I have nothing to say about that. But anyway, the flame-haired daughter of Henry VIII and Anne Boleyn was the final heir of the House of Tudor. Her childhood was difficult, but when Elizabeth I was crowned in 1558, she was the beloved Gloriana, married to her country. She reigned for 45 years, during which time the arts and literature flourished and her navy discovered new lands, as well as seeing off the Spanish Armada and a number of Catholic assassins. By the end of her reign, everything looked golden, except her love life. She had sharp judgment when it came to politics, but perhaps less sharp with regard to potential partners. She was a strong, independent woman who reigned alone as the Virgin Queen.
And Lena, it looks like that might be on your end. We have no buffering going on here. We're not losing our signal at all, which is ironic since I didn't plug in the Ethernet, so I'm going to go and do that right now.
So that was an interesting card. I don't know if it was promoting or not promoting the single life. But it was certainly interesting.
Don't get me started on Camilla.
Yeah, I see Jackie talking there. Yeah, well, Jackie, I do not want to interfere with Great Britain business, but I personally, don't believe in giving homewreckers of any sort, royalty or not, queenship status. I'm just saying. And I understand there's just a whole lot of things and drama behind everything that happened there, and the relationship with Princess Diana, Charles, and all of that. But just my feelings, just my gut feelings.
Hey.
All right. So that's all I'm going to say about that. Let's get on to happier things. It's Mama T's birthday. It was yesterday, and we're going to give her a quick 6-card. It's a 6-card reading, just like the other birthday spread one. I'm going to go grab my computer. I wanted it to charge up just a little bit because I ran it down this morning. But let me go get it because it's got the spread on it. All right. I'm back. As simple as that. And Mr. O, if I could have, you're not going to be able to read all of the cards here. I just wanted to show you the style of the reading. If you want to show the camera on that.
Sure.
Ignore how dirty my screen is. It's embarrassing. But at any rate, it's called the Birthday Gifts Spread, and it's made to look like a box with something inside, and there's a ribbon, of course, on top. So now I have a birthday reading called the Birthday Gift Spread. And so we will do this one for Mama T today. I'm sure you're going to enjoy it, Mama T. I hope so. This doesn't shy away from the fact that there may be some maybe unappreciated gifts in the year ahead. That can happen. You get something you didn't want or you don't know you can use. It happens. All right. So let's get on with the show. What deck do we want to use for this, Mr. O?
I don't know. What?
Well, how about I use... well, we didn't go through our decks. Do we want to do that really, really quick?
Sure. I have the Karma Music Tarot.
Okay.
And I have the Tarot of the Mermaids.
Okay.
And I have the Final Rose Tarot, specifically for love readings.
Woohoo! Okay. All right. And today, I'm just doing the lovey stuff, but I do have the Shadowscapes Tarot once again. That's the Knight of Wands in that deck. It's a beautiful deck, and kind of, in a way, it just has a certain romance about it. I also have a rather plain deck called the Lover's Tarot by Jane Lyle. It's a little bent, that card, I see. That's the Knight of Pentacles in that deck, and it's more of a pip, traditional style deck. I also have, again, Chris Waldher's Lover's Path Tarot and the Ten of Wands in that deck. And finally, I also have the True Love Tarot, which is pippy in its own way too.
You guys are crazy.
The Six
In
of
the chat room.
The Six of Roses is wands in this deck, and that is the True Love Tarot by our favorite people, Monty Farber and Amy Zerner.
You know, there's a suit of roses in here, which of course is the wand suit
Cool.
in regular tarot. Yep. Mm-hmm.
And
in
of
the final
course,
rose.
we're using the Cupid Lenormand all month long.
Coochie coo.
All right. So now we can get on with the reading. Let me use the Shadowscapes deck for this one.
Okay.
And let's get on with the show. So whenever you have a birthday, let us know. We may not be able to fit it in the live stream we hear it on, but we'll fit it in as soon as possible. You will move to the top of the list and get your birthday reading first. That's for anybody who doesn't realize we do this.
Aw, we're so nice.
Ah. You almost spit your drink out. Angel Rivera's here. Good to see you, Angel Rivera. I wondered if somebody else snuck in.
Oh, we've had a few sneaks in.
Have we?
Well, not really, but it's all fun.
I'm up to Kara. Is there anybody after that I didn't get?
Maybe that was it.
You are such an exaggerator, Mr. O.
Well, a moment ago I said that the guys in the chat room are crazy, so maybe I was exaggerating with that too.
Maybe.
It's a good crazy, though.
All right, so the birthday gift spread is what this is called. And of course it's shaped like a box, a present, but we're not going to show that here. Space considerations at all. Should you buy this reading for someone else, and we do it for them, they would get the whole layout and stuff when they...
Okay, so this is card 1, which represents...
Wow. This card represents the gift you received last year that you can use to make the most out of this year. And it's the Two of Cups. You know, this might be forming partnerships with people who have been really supportive to you. This might also be your intimate partner being your support, there for you when you need them. This is something clearly that is carrying over for you in this year. There is a lot, the gift is the gift of love, and there is a lot of it surrounding you, Mama T.
Right, it doesn't even have to necessarily be your primary relationship, but it is what you have realized from this last year to this of the trust and bonding, because I think that's
okay, Violet
very
L.
big there too.
Looks like Violet's having a couple problems with the internet.
It's not on our end, I swear it isn't. But right, for Mama T, this means that that gift from last year is all the love you've received that's still supporting you.
Wow, what is up here? The gift of the present moment.
And it's the Ten of Cups. And the gift of the present moment would look to me like maybe it's the joy of your family, whether it's your biological family or your extended family, like
or
we
your
are
tribe.
now. Right, your tribe, you know. And it's the idea that there is a foundation here that tends to me represent a foundation kind of feeling around that suit, in this case cups. The emotional spectrum for you is really supportive and strong. Even if you don't always perceive that in your life, it's there because it's really external to you. It's what's around you.
Right. So, you know, I know you go through some emotional rough waters from time to time, Mama T, but really there's just a lot. You know, maybe you don't always see it, you don't always recognize it because, hey, when we're feeling blue, we don't always see that people around us are really there to be our anchor and our support. But you have that. You are surrounded with that right now. So card 3 is the gift from your... It's really funny because what we have been talking about right now is pretty much a little bit of what card 3 is about. This is the gift from your connections with others, but it's about the next year. Well, that's really interesting because it's reversed.
It's the Five of Wands reversed.
So I feel that the gift with your connections in the next year is that maybe what it is you've decided to surround yourself with people who are not going to drag you down, who are not going to, pull you into dramas or arguments or fighting. You're going to surround your people, you're going to walk away from that, and you're going to make connections with people who are more supportive.
And, I'm the one who vacillates on the reversed Five of Wands, but I'm not going to go with Banshee here. I feel that this is saying really you're going to want to reverse your emotions or trends or feelings towards those who maybe are partners in some respects, but those partners maybe who you find to be more divisive or more easily to anger or more likely to gossip or things like that. You're going to just focus on better people and kind of, be a little bit more aloof with those who are more problematic for you.
Card 4 is the gift that will help me work on, achieve, or move forward with my dreams and goals. This is a real interesting card here. We got the Devil here. So I have to look at the positive in a way because this is a gift. Well, there's a twofold message here. One is a little positive and one is a little negative. So on the one hand, this gift of the Devil is saying that in order to achieve or move forward on your goals, you have to really be passionate about it. You have to be almost obsessive about it. I mean, you have to sink yourself into it, and really put your heart and soul behind it. Now, on the other hand, I would say the negative message is, in a way, a positive one. You have to remove those other obsessions and things in your life that drag you away from accomplishing your dreams and goals.
Can you say what card 4 represents again?
Yes, it's a gift that will help you work on, achieve, or move forward with your dreams and goals.
So I think what this represents then is the realization. And this is, true of the Devil card. So it may be true of all of us in a way because there's a little devil in all of us. But the idea here is that maybe we all have some codependencies. And I think the Devil represents that nature sometimes to be overly dependent emotionally on people who maybe need to let you solve some problems yourself. And so this is saying that gift is understanding where your codependencies are and how you can best work with them to not be that person, to not be codependent, to more or less lift that chain off.
Hey, Marcia.
Hi, Marcia.
We'll add you to the list. That's interesting. I just pulled a conversation heart for myself, and it's blank. It's blank, Mr. O.
So I don't have to say anything.
Card 5 is the gift from your spirit guides and or ancestors. What do they want you to know or keep in mind in this next year as you're moving forward? Wow. Wow. Wow, it's the 10 of Swords.
And it literally balances the 10 on the other side. I'm sort of doing it this way.
Isn't that wild?
Yeah.
So, yes, it does. 2 and 5 would be in the same spot. And so what I feel here is that, your spirit guides and your ancestors want you to realize, life can be tough. Life can be hard. And people can be cruel sometimes, But you can always find that light if you look for it. Don't let others drag you down. Don't let circumstances in life deter you from moving forward. The spirit guides and ancestors want you to know tomorrow will always bring a better day,
Right. The ancestors really, their gift to you or how they like to look at this is saying there is no defeat or failure too hard for you to rise up from. And, some people say in certain religions, God or the goddess or whoever never gives us a burden harder than we can bear. And all these things really are saying, if it doesn't kill you, it makes you stronger.
Well, thanks for keeping us up to date on that, Marcia. That's interesting to hear.
Yeah, I see that.
Card number 6 for, oh my gosh, for Mama T's birthday reading, the gift this year ultimately gives to you. What lessons have you learned, or what progress or growth have you achieved by year's end? Where do you see this one, Mr. O?
Oh.
It's the TFT party card.
Yeah, it's our party card. It's the 4 of Wands. And I'm going to put it right there to represent the gift inside of the box.
You're going to party. You know what? You're going to find the joy back in life. I feel that, maybe there will be some reasons to celebrate by year's end. You've made some progress, some serious progress on some goals, or maybe, on yourself. Maybe you feel like you are in a better position yourself, either physically, mentally, emotionally, by year's end. There's reasons to celebrate in this next year, Mama T. That is the gift.
Yeah, I think this is a fabulous way to end up for your birthday wish spread or your birthday gift spread. The idea here really is some big success, something you can celebrate in, but it's also something that really seems celebratory for a lot of people around you. This is something you will be able to pull in all your friends, your tribe here, wherever they are, who will want to glorify in what you're celebrating.
Yeah. So congrats, Mama T, and happy birthday to you. I hope everybody enjoyed this birthday gift spread. I just created it.
That's nice, Apple.
So, with a little help from Mr. O on one of the positions. So.
Very little.
So anyway, we'll probably be using this one more in the future. So, all right.
So once again, happy birthday to you, Mama T, and look forward to your success by the year's end.
Yay! I'm going to move my computer back to charge it while you're cleaning up, Mr. O, because also Sonny is missing his space over here.
Alrighty.
Wow, that was an awesome reading.
Very cool reading.
I just dropped a deck of cards. I'm not going to worry about it. Not going to worry about it. Okay. Okay. I'm back.
Okay, so Acel is up.
Acel is up. All
and
right.
then Lena. Alrighty. Yeah, it was really nice reading. I love that spread. That's a very nice spread.
Thank you.
So we should sell it to people who just want to have a
We
birthday.
will. Well, or if you want to buy that as
birthday
a gift for somebody, it'll be
there
the
you
price
go.
of our 6-card readings.
You're very
I am
welcome.
going to put a simplified price list on our website somewhere so that people can see really, mostly the readings are like 6-card readings are they're priced by the number of cards basically right now. So all 6-card readings are the same price, 5, 4, 3, whatever they are. So
Hi, Acel, and I have the message, and I am very happy to be using the Final Rose Tarot for the first time on
Yay.
a live stream. And of course, it is a tarot that is all about love. It sort of looks at love as maybe a competition, but we'll just go with that as it is. So I'm going to begin by shuffling. Do you have a chance with the Aries person known as Hayan?
well, I hope you enjoy your cake. I hope it comes out well, Mama T.
And it's a beautiful deck, gold gilt. It's a little different. It's definitely kind of a novelty tarot, but I feel a strong resonance with the idea of love that's expressed here, even though, as I said, it sort of has some game shtick going on.
Some reality TV there. But hey, it's just like I said, people
right.
can make a tarot out of any interest that they have. It's pretty amazing how the tarot is expanding out there.
Don't tell a junior high boy.
I'm still cracking
They'll
up
come
that
out with
they
something
made
gross.
an entire deck based on Meryl Streep's roles in movies. That one just like, wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, really. And I know we keep saying it, but we want to do some little feature things about media tie-ins and tarot cards. We have a whole bunch of decks we could talk about, probably way too long, that are tied in with media images from
Or
TV shows
various
or movies.
topics or groupings. Oh my
Yes.
goodness, we have so
We
much.
want to
we
do
can
it
talk
someday.
about. Yeah.
We got so much stuff.
Yes, we do. On our plate. right.
The final rose.
You can tell upright and reversed in this
I know.
deck. That's the one caveat.
Kind of nice. All right, so our first one is, that's the world, right? Number 21?
Number 21 is the world. The fans, of course. The fans are the world. Well, wait a minute. Yeah, I guess it would be. Yeah. Judgment is 20, right?
Right, I don't remember.
Yeah. No, that is correct. So...
And then we have, oh, look at that, the Two of Flutes, which of course is a cup.
Cups.
And then finally we have the Four of Rings, which is the Four of Pentacles. And of course it says possessive. So this is quite interesting because off the top of it, the answer to your question looks more like yes than not. Like you do have a chance with this person. I'm assuming it's a romantic chance because we've talked before about them. The only one that I'm looking at is that World card. And I guess maybe this is the kind of thing like maybe somebody is really impressed or shocked or thrilled by that. That's the feeling I'm getting from that card. And I would suppose that maybe that's you, that maybe you're the one who really feels excited by what this prospect ends up coming to. The Four of Rings maybe does seem to indicate possessiveness, but I'm going to say that it's also in service to the idea of emotional love and feeling.
Well, it's funny here because sometimes I go with the images on the cards as well as the meaning. A cell, and I will say this, I have some caveats here. I think you definitely have a chance for a relationship, and there's a lot of excitement with that possibility there with the Two of Cups in this card. But I think the world is saying you're definitely going to have some competition out there. I just feel, look at the card, I mean, it's about the fans. And so I feel like there's a competitive element here, that maybe you're going to have to really work for this to happen. And also, I worry here when I see that, look at that Four of Pentacles there. That is possession for sure, but it sure looks kind of trapped like, right? But it also looks to me like being a little obsessive. Don't put all your... How should I say this? Don't put all your eggs in this basket, Estelle. Don't put all of your future, into the possibility that this will happen. In other words, give it a shot, give it a chance, do what you can to nudge this relationship along, but ultimately you're going to have to decide if it's going to work or not and how much time of yours in your life you want to invest on making one person come around. Because I definitely think there's competition here, but yet the world also talks about working towards success. So I feel like you should do whatever you can to try to make this happen, but I'm a little up in the air as to how it's going to turn out.
Breathe, Banshee, breathe. I feel she's right. There is a sense of competition there because of that. And maybe the idea of the competition really revolves around the idea that if there is somebody else, they may be that possessive one. I don't necessarily feel that that's you. That maybe there's somebody now who doesn't necessarily want to let go of their chance, as you say. So I don't know if that's true or not, if there are actual other suitors out there with this Aries person. But I do think that is a possibility.
So never say never. I would say you have a chance, you have a shot. But, like everything else, it's what you're going to be able to put into it to try to make it happen, Estelle. So let's see what the Lenormand might add to this equation. We have the love boat, the ship, and we have the stork. Wow, well,
Is travel possibly involved if things start to happen? Would you have to possibly move? Or is this maybe a metaphoric journey towards something new here?
Storks fly. And they often deliver, the legends, of course, are they drop babies down the chimney or whatever they do. It's almost like Santa Claus. But storks fly and they deliver babies. And then there's the boat. I feel as though if you want this thing to get off the ground, I think it's saying, again, it's up to you to kind of try to move this along in that direction. Again, it's not saying that there is success, but if you want a new beginning to happen, you're going to have to be open and you're going to have to make some moves in order to make that happen.
That's a good point, Violet. Like that, maybe it is a long distance relationship.
It could be,
or at least in the beginning, it is.
Yeah.
So I think both of those are possibilities. I think it is the idea, though, too, as Banshee says, that there
live
is
in different countries.
There is there is a sense of effort, though, that needs to happen. Perhaps that's where the ship comes in. It is sort of a sense of somebody either striving to begin the relationship physically, or one way or the other between you two, and or the idea of trying to move it ahead through the internet or through other ways.
Yeah.
So good luck with that.
So that's what we have for you, Asal.
Yes,
I definitely think, the cards are bordering, despite what I've said, and I'm not saying to ignore what I said, but I should say besides what I said, I feel there is possibilities here, absolutely. Mm-hmm. But I think some moves are going to have to be made on your part. And just know that there seems to be possibly some other perspective competition out there.
Well,
right?
To be fair, maybe the idea of competition, of course, revolves around the idea that this world has to turn, bringing these things together, that maybe the competition is figuring it out how to close the gap between you from that physical distance.
Well, the fans are fans. When we think of fans watching a show, they're supportive. They're supportive of the cast. They're rooting for certain people. Maybe there are people out there who could also help you with your cause. Maybe somebody, that knows this person, the Aries, and can kind of, help you nudge this along in the right direction. I mean, that's possible, too, when I think about that card.
Very nice.
All
So
right.
you're welcome, Miss Al, and best wishes.
Angel Mary, you are up.
And we are looking for Angel Mary, then.
Future spouse, think about how my future spouse think about her wife. Me, of course. Did I have one about that? I'm trying to think if one of my new readings was about that. Well, let's do 3 cards, because 3 cards will do it.
Your deck?
Yes. Sorry. All right. So we're doing it opposites because I goofed up. Sorry.
That's okay. There's no problem.
Right.
So tomorrow we will be putting out a little short video, maybe about 10 or 15 minutes long. With
or 20.
Well, I looked at last year's and it was about 15.
Probably won't be very long.
And it was the Super Bowl prediction that we do. We've done
Yes.
it twice before and we got right. Hey, it's only 50% chance of getting it wrong, right? So,
The Bengals versus the Rams. And I only have, I've really watched very little in the way of football this year. I maybe spent a little more time on college football, if any football. But I did watch a couple of the playoff games there. Got one of them right, the other one not quite. And I just say I have some mixed emotions about one of the teams because their quarterback used to be part of the Detroit Lions, our home team.
and he never seemed to be a worthy player.
Well, I have many arguments with people about this because people said he was great, the team was bad. I felt he's the leader of the team. He should be able to do things more than he has been able to. I really felt very, very mixed about his performance here, and I just felt that he didn't help things and that they should have moved him on longer ago than they had. But, I personally feel the whole problem with the team here is corporate management. They're doing nothing to really ensure we get the kind of players we need here. So I'm going to be objective. If it says Rams, I'm going to go with the Rams. If it says Bengals, I'm going to go with the Bengals. But I have some mixed emotions about this, and I know which team I'm rooting for. That's all I'm going to say. All right.
We didn't think he was when he was here in Detroit.
He's really great this year.
Yeah.
So one could blame the rest of it on the team he had, or not. I saw lots of bad passes when he was here. I felt he made some very bad plays. We could blame it on his coaches, or we could blame it on him. I was never really that impressed with his performance here. But I can't argue with what I saw in the playoff game. He was fantastic.
Excuse me. Okay, Angel Mary, we have the Magician energy. I like that. And then we have the Seven of
Swords.
Wings, which are swords.
Upright.
Opposition. That's done. And then the reversed Prince of Shells, which would be the cups. And that's the Charmer.
Yep. And there is a princess here, and oh my gosh, did I forget which is which?
So this would be the Knight?
Yeah.
Okay.
Does he have a horse by chance? Because she does not.
He does not either. He or she. Well, it says Prince.
Well, we're going to say
what is the appellation underneath?
The adventurer for the Princess of Rose.
So isn't that more like the Knight?
Yes, in a way.
And this is more like the Charmer. So this is like the Page.
Yes,
okay.
I think that is
got it. Okay.
correct. I hope I'm right about this. I looked this up too to make sure I had the suits right. And I thought, oh, there's nothing else here that's ambiguous, but the Prince and Princess.
What do you think that means then?
Well, I think we're going to go with what you said, that it sounds like the...
no, I mean the overall.
Oh.
Let's interpret.
Well, you said that's the Page, right? So basically what I feel here is the Magician is saying, you know, regardless of... Your person might be thinking about you that you have everything. Your future spouse will feel that you have everything that they are looking for, I feel. You complete them in some ways. In most ways. The Seven of Wings, though, indicates to me, though, that sometimes there is a lack of trust, maybe. Maybe they worry, that they will lose you to somebody else. Maybe they worry that, they have trust issues. It may have nothing to do with you personally, but because, you offer them so much, they're very concerned about you leaving them.
Well, I almost wonder if this person is sort of feeling like you're their opposite, and that's where the attraction came from, because you're both so different from each other. And so what they find in you is maybe they find you to be this more dynamic personality, but it sort of goes against them because maybe they feel that they're not very dynamic. I don't know how they really feel about themselves, but I'm sort of picking that up.
Yeah, I'm not going with what they feel about themselves here, but go ahead. Yeah, I like that.
But then with the Page there, maybe they see the dynamics, but also they see a sense maybe of insecurity a little bit too. Like maybe you're not always believing in yourself, which is kind of interesting because the Magician is somebody who believes in himself. So maybe it's possible that they see a vacillation in you going back and forth, that you have moments of dynamic behavior, and then you have sort of some moments where you sort of hold back a little bit. They sort of see this sort of going back and forth with you maybe.
So my story on this was basically, I'm going to start at the beginning again, but go quickly through that they feel as though you complete them in some way. The Magician is somebody who has all that they need for success. And so when I look at it from how do they feel about you, they feel like you complete them. You have everything that they are looking for in a person. The Seven of Wings is saying there's trust issues, though. They worry that maybe this is too good for them, that they are not worthy, that they worry that you are so good that somebody else could steal you away. So in other words, I worry that they might really want to be a little bit possessive of you. The Prince of Shells here indicates to me in this regard that perhaps they are worried that that this could be short term. See, that's why I'm thinking the Seven of Wings goes with that. They're worried about trust issues and that this marriage may not last because they feel that they might let you down in some ways, or that you might find somebody better than them.
Well, to me, that idea is represented by the idea that maybe they don't want you to be too charming. You know, the charmer,
maybe.
that maybe they feel like if you're too charming, then other people will like you too. And so maybe there is a possessiveness there of some sort, or a sense of obsessiveness maybe. But, I mean, mostly it looks like they see you as being a stronger, more dynamic person, and maybe they're not sure how they handle that. So I guess we're going to do the Cupid.
Yes. Are you going to push my computer out of the way, Sonny? Get that pick off. There it goes. I'll play. Where'd the other one go? Are you laying on it? You are.
Well, okay, these may or may not pertain to the question at hand. There's a snake, which was followed by the fish.
Well, in my narrative,
Okay, go for it.
they worry about the competition. They worry about other people out there, and I feel like they're kind of deceiving themselves here. Maybe they're not giving themselves enough credit. They're worried about what other people, that other people might come in and swoop and move you along, because the fish can sometimes be about movement or flow, and the snake is about deception here. Maybe they may be a little, what I'm getting from all of this, I feel, Angel Mary, is that they may be a little on the jealous side. So you may have to deal with a little bit of obsessive,
They just said it.
jealous behavior. Yeah.
Oh my God, so you've been nailing it, really. Yeah, I mean, I can't say a lot to that, especially since you just sort of corroborated it. Hi, Libra.
Well, she's saying future spouse, but yeah. Anyway, I don't know if we know who this is yet, even.
Yeah, I don't know.
But what do you see with that? Do you see anything contrary? Or were you going to say something else?
Well, I don't think this is about how they feel about you, but maybe how they feel about themselves in the situation with you. And I'm just going to agree mostly with Banshee that maybe they feel threatened by you being charming to other people or attracted to other people. And of course, that kind of plays into what I said about the reverse charmer, that they don't want you to necessarily be charming to too many people, just mostly to them.
Interesting. Hey, that's what we have for you, Angel Mary. Good luck with that.
Good luck, Angel.
We are moving on to Lena.
A general in love and money. Okay, so I'm going to use my Karma Tarot then. Okay. You're welcome, Angel.
And my conversation heart says peace.
I haven't been reading mine. Just eating
One
them.
of mine said hug me.
Oh. I like the flavors. They seem to be different. Like, oh, that's a better flavor than I remember them having.
It's funny because I have a sweethearts one, and just the regular, usual conversation hearts. But they're pretty good.
Alrighty.
So the sweet hearts may not be tart, they may be sweet hearts this time.
Oh, okay.
I wonder if that's what...
I thought one tasted like bubblegum.
Yeah, I'm
Just a
tasting one
general
now.
for
It's
you?
really
Okay.
good. Fruity, but not tart.
Yeah, I thought one tasted like bubblegum, which is kind of like a softer flavor. Alrighty.
You're welcome. You're welcome, Angel Mary. Okay. Okay, love and money. Do you want to do the 2 and 2? Is that what we're doing?
Sure, we could do that.
Okay.
I'll let you lay them out.
All right, so let's look at love. Okay, the 10 of Wands is reversed. Ooh. Then the Knight of Wands is upright. Well.
Are you possibly freeing yourself from somebody's attentions or wishing to be free from somebody?
I don't know. I'm looking at that and thinking a little bit opposite of Mr. O on that, because I'm thinking are maybe some pressures or stresses or obstacles or burdens are being removed from your life now and making it more possible for romance to start or somebody to come into your life.
Yes.
Maybe certain things are now moving out of the way that might have been, I'm almost looking at that like a mountains card in the Lenormand,
Well,
in this case.
To me, the Knight is movement, and of course the
Yes.
Knight of Wands is really about being charismatic and magnetic and going forth,
It's your turn, Lena.
engendering trust and things like that. So perhaps it's saying that because certain things in your life, burdens or whatever you want to call them, have been released now, that things are freeing up in your life, Lena, that you are now able to really move forward in ways looking for romance or companionship.
It's highly possible this could mean that somebody will be entering your life this year, sometime this year. I can't get really specific with this, but it's possible. The Knights are a pretty fast-moving bunch there. For the most
So it looks
part.
like maybe something could be happening along those lines.
Now, with money, we've got the Ace of Wands reversed. So it's interesting, two reversals. That we've got the Four of Swords upright.
And I love this image on this card because it really talks a lot about isolation in a way, not just being away or taking a rest, but maybe isolation.
I'm going to let you go ahead. I immediately have something here, unless you want me to.
So in business, what it looks like is some of money. Okay, it's money. It looks like some things are maybe slow and or maybe they're not exactly going in the right direction. I'm not sure why I'm feeling that, though. It could just be that this is really more of a time to hold on and not necessarily have expectations towards something big happening in money. This may be a time of regrouping or reanalyzing your overall trajectory.
Will he be rich? Well, Lena, I can't say with these cards per se. I would say that he'll be rushing into your life. I'm not even sure if this will be permanent, but it'll be a new relationship, and I don't see anything there related to money. That might be a better question for another time, more specifically about a coming relationship. So I'll just leave that there where it's at. But let's talk about the money again. The Four of Swords might indicate to me that this is a period of recovery for you. Maybe you're just getting back on your feet again, financially. And so this is a period of recovery for you. And seeing that Ace of Wands reversed here is indicating to me that this is not a time to start anything new. This is not a time to, let's say, if you've just, you have money or whatever, this is not a time to invest it anywhere. This is a time to be more careful and just, you've just recovered, from things, so you should take it slow, I think is what it's saying. Because new things that you start right now, this just may not be the good time to start them. You might want to wait till later in the year to really get extravagant with finances or money. Money is there because clearly the Four of Swords says there's a recovery in progress, but it's not a time to use it unwisely.
I don't know that this person that may be coming towards you is rich, because I feel their energy is represented by the Knight of Wands. So there's somebody who is still in the work themselves of becoming accomplished or becoming, you know, a successful person. So it does mean that they're on that way there. Mostly everything else I agree with Banshee. And I just wanted to mention to Starry Boo that these are really amazing cards. They're a deck called the Karma Music Tarot, and they were made by a woman in the Netherlands in 1978. I can't remember her name, but it was her own, you know, kind of like a cultural look at the world. I'll try to get more information out there about them, because it is a real stunning deck. Thank you. So
I'll tell you what. I'm going to draw the Lenormand for love, and you can draw it for money.
Okay, sounds good.
You're struggling to get the flat. Yeah, see, because there's hang-ups right now. There's delays. There's difficulties. Sometimes these things happen for a reason. I can see with the Ace of Wands that things are struggling to happen right now, and maybe that's a good thing. But I know you probably do want to move, so... but it seems like there's delays there. But definitely I will say there is a recovery in progress. All right. And you are... What?
Only reverse this time.
Now, that didn't come up in the last reading, did it?
No, it was the previous one, I think.
That's what I thought.
But they were in different order.
Yeah, maybe you're right.
I know I'm right. The ship was first and then the stork. So we had the stork followed by the ship.
So some new beginning is moving towards you in the romance department, Lena. I don't think it's anything you necessarily have to do per se. I just feel that things are going to shift in this year ahead, where you might be moving, you know, where things might have been, where finances might have been more a thing in the last year. Now things are shifting more romantically as the year moves on. I don't feel that this is going to happen right away, but I feel that things are moving in the direction of a relationship now, of some sort. Whether it works out or not long term, I'm not sure yet. But something is moving. And it looks like a new beginning of some sort.
It is moving that way. I think like what we were seeing earlier, it looked like maybe it was happening towards the end of this year, but maybe some of that action begins, you know, soon or now, and then, you know, picks up later. So now we're going to see what our Lenormand will say about the money aspect question.
Oh, wow.
So we have the fish and we have the key.
That's so interesting.
Yes, it is.
With what I just said here, because, well, and maybe you too, what it's saying is, Lena, the key with your money is to watch your flow of money right now. So keep your eye on money coming in, money going out, and making sure, you know, you're being a good steward of these resources, because, you know, once it's gone, it's gone.
Right. This is really about you finding the way to manage things. So you have to work with a budget, or you have to possibly get the advice of qualified people to help you with how to manage this.
I feel this is also an indication that your money situation should be okay for some time. It's just cautioning you, be very careful going forward with how you manage, you know, these resources, your resources. And that's what we have for you, Lena. Good luck with that.
Another opinion, Violet says that maybe it's happening sooner. So who knows? Nights do tend to rush in.
That is true.
So who knows?
That is true.
Okay, thanks, Violet. And
I do think the way is becoming clear, Violet, for sure, because of that Ten of Wands reversed. So that's another element there. I'm going to go out on a limb and say maybe within 3 months. You know, I'll say that. I'm not sure I would go much before or beyond that. It's hard for me to say.
A season sounds right.
Yeah. All right.
Okay, so that was Jackie is up.
Jackie is up.
And you're welcome. your deck. And Jackie wanted a general.
Okay. Here.
So there's going to be all kinds of stuff going on this month. This is our little...
Oh, some
Super
Valentine
Love
verses will be appearing on Facebook and Twitter tomorrow. And we got our Super Bowl prediction coming out. It is going to be a busy time.
Hope everybody gets a chance to enjoy with us.
And now that I've got my birthday spread retooled, I'm going to be working on retooling our monthly modality message readings. I've been thinking about that a lot. And thinking I might do a different approach to it. So stay tuned this month for our monthly modality message, which will be coming up when the sun enters
Pisces.
the sign of Pisces.
And we just gave you a little preview of some of the things that we're going to be doing during the month. So hope you guys will check it out. Feeling plucky, might cast a spell.
Oh shoot, do I have to work on that too?
We have a lot of work to do this month. But it's all worth it. What's this deck called again?
That one is the Lover's Path Tarot by Chris Walder.
Oh, okay. Nice. I like this deck.
Yeah.
Okay. General for Jackie.
Oopsie. The Five of Wands, upright. The Queen of Arrows or Swords, reversed. Oh, and interesting. This has come up again today.
Thank you, Apple.
And the Four of Coins.
Thank you very much.
Oh, thank you for that. Wow. Okay, so general for Jackie. Well, Jackie, sometimes you feel like you really have to, go head to head, toe to toe with some people to get what you want. You know, that Five of Wands is upright. There's like there is like this conflict, or not conflict in the, it may not be a out and out brawl, argument, conflict, but there's a conflict of ideas. In other words, people have their own ideas on how things should proceed or how things should be done right now, and you might be coming up against that. You know, you might feel like you're fighting for, what you feel is the way things should go, and, it's like, to some degree there's a healthiness about this, because everybody gets to say what they feel, and you try to get it all out there, and you try to come to a resolution as to what's the best approach. The Queen of... Oh, I'll let you go.
I'm going to put it all together because I sort of got this feeling when I looked at them. I did too,
but go on.
And I feel like whatever's going on, this little bickering, little bit of competition, it may be about money. It may be a question about who owns something legitimately, if it's not money, just something else.
Wow.
And maybe you will find you're going to just have to be kind of strict about, how you enact a decision here or how you safeguard your decision or your action here. But I do sort of feel like something comes up, it relates to material things, and you just sort of have to hold your ground.
Well, sometimes when I get to know some of you guys and some of your issues and concerns, I try not to let it pull me in too much unless I really see the cards are drawing me there. And so I feel like I think I know what this is about. I'll have to talk to you on the side about this more maybe, Jackie, but I feel here you have a conflict with others right now. You're trying to balance and find the best approach to something. And that something is making you worry a little bit. The Queen of Arrows is reversed here. And like Mr. O said, this could be about you just having to be a little bit cold and strict in your approach here. You know, you have to kind of draw some lines in the sand, and it may come off, you know, may make some people feel like standoffish a little bit, but you feel like this is, you know, the way it's got to be. However, I also see in that card you questioning your own judgment. Are you doing the right things at this time? Is this the best way to go? Is there another approach I should be thinking of? Now that Four of Pentacles to me, you know, is about possessiveness and possession, and it's about money, but the Pentacles are also about health. So I wonder too if it's not about some of the health related issues you had been talking to me about, but failing that, it's also about how, you know, how you feel very possessive and like you really need to take control of this situation. You know, you feel like you're the one that really has to be kind of possessive and in control of this for whatever reasons. So I'm going to go broadly with that, but I think you see where I'm heading a little bit with this reading and why I want to talk to you more about it, some of the things we had been discussing. It's very interesting. It just popped right up here for you. And I am going to remember these cards and chat with you later about them. Of course, I could always watch the video again, too.
Okay, so then with the Lenormand,
What do we got?
we get the dog,
Bottom.
and we get the lily.
You know, I feel here that this is indicating there is someone out there who is really your what's the word? Ally in this. And they will make something happen that will benefit you in this situation. They will bring something to the table that will be positive and will, you know, make you feel a lot better about things.
Well, I also think too that maybe if it's not exactly like that, it's about a friendship or a situation. It could be somebody you're related to. It could be a friend, and it just deepens. It blooms into something even more.
The bouquet is about gifts, joy,
It's a
happiness. Oh, it's the... Oh my gosh, my own Lenormand, and I screwed up. Okay.
Do I win?
So, you do win that one. But if there's a winner and a loser in tarot reading. But what I would say is, there is somebody, okay, but this still fits in a way. There is somebody out there with a lot more experience and knowledge and, you know, maturity that will really be able to benefit you. They're your ally in this. Somebody with a lot of experience in a particular area where you need this help with.
Right. Either way, it's somebody who really blooms to be a better friend or a more helpful person to you.
Yeah, I think they're the ones that hold the key here.
They rise to the occasion.
Yeah, to helping you get to the bottom of what needs to get done. So that's really interesting. Yeah, I'm sorry I screwed that up. So it's not the flowers, it's not the bouquet, but it is the lilies. Okay, Mr. O, thank you for having my back on that one.
Is that what I had?
Yes, that's why 2 tarot readers are almost better than...
All right, and we have Deep Shika's question. Will I be able to continue my current job?
Right.
How do you want to do that?
Hey, you are welcome.
You're welcome. I think we should just go for a yes or no.
Let's do a yes or no first. Okay.
Right,
Okay.
and then we can reserve to get more detail later.
Forgot the first card already. Oh. Do you remember the first card in that reading?
In what reading?
It was Wands, wasn't it? Or was it?
For the last person?
Yeah.
It was the Ten of Wands, reversed. Right?
No.
It was the Ace of Wands, reversed.
No.
It was... Ask them.
Now I have to look it up again. Doggone it, I was trying to write it down before I forget, but you kept distracting me. All right. I'll get it. Now I'll have to watch the tape. I was trying to avoid that. All right. Want to count them?
Yeah, I'll do it.
All right. That's it. It was the 5.
Oh, you're right. Mm-hmm. Okay, Deep Shaika. We did the yes or no spread, and you only got one ace. The reversed Ace of Pentacles. You did get the upright Two of Swords and the upright Nine of Cups.
Oh, that's really bizarre.
So it's kind of weird because it says it's leaning towards no, but it's not a complete no. There's a possibility it could happen.
It hinges on somebody making a decision and they're weighing it. And so I don't know if you're worried about maybe layoffs on your present job, getting fired, whatever the case may be, or if it's you yourself. Are you deciding you can't make it at this job? You maybe want to move on, or you're worried about yourself there. But some decision is going to be made. Ultimately, I feel that, you know, the Nine of Cups here is a very positive card. It's almost as if it's saying, you know, regardless of how this turns out, even if you don't stay there for a year, things are going to work out for you.
It's what it looks like. It seems to me like even if the answer is no, your material conditions or sense of being will not suffer greatly. You will feel comfortable. You will feel like you have things. I agree with Banshee. This decision is going on right now.
It's something you're going to make.
It may be something you're going to make. It just sort of seems right now like there's a holding pattern for that. Maybe it's up to you to decide depending on what's actually going on there, which we're not quite seeing that.
Right. If you're not feeling secure, then it may be the cards are saying it's time for you to go after something that will really satisfy your needs and, you know, give you either the security or stability, whatever it is you are wishing and hoping for. That might be why the cards come out the way they are. Do you want to throw 3 others really quick, or do you think we're okay with it?
Yeah, we can do that.
Let's do that real quick.
Like another shuffle?
Yeah, I just want to
Sure.
see what's going on there.
And what happened?
Nothing.
Something happened.
What happened?
I changed screens and I don't remember doing that.
Oh, well, it's happy hour. No, it's not. Happy hours are on Saturdays. 10
I admit it. The
a.m.
keyboard and stuff here is kind of spastic. I don't know what goes on sometimes.
Join us. We have so much fun at happy
Just
hours.
decides to do what it wants.
It's just a happy hour with a single card positive message from Spirit. Everybody needs a boost once in a while.
Okay, go ahead.
I just want to see if we can get a little bit more background on this for you, Deep Shaika. I'm not sure. It definitely was leaning towards no, so keep that in mind. But remember, tarot is a snapshot in time. There's a decision that's hinging on this one way or another. Yeah, unfortunately, these conversation hearts could be very addictive.
I sort of feel that way too, Violet. It could be saying that.
Yeah. Yeah, that's sort of where I was leaning with it, Violet. Yep.
Okay, reverse Nine of Wands. Upright Eight of Pentacles. And then the Hanged Man upright. Ooh.
Wow. It shows you are a hard worker. It shows you really do a lot of work. That Eight of Pentacles there. But the Nine of Wands indicates to me I don't know if this is true. It sounds like you really want to hold on to this job, but you're almost ready to give up on it in some way. I almost feel like this is you. That you wish you could let it go and move on, maybe, or maybe you're just resigning yourself to working there and not looking for something else because you don't want to take the time necessary to do that right now. I'm not sure. I want to see what Mr. O has to say on this.
Well, I think this is something that you feel good about in terms of the amount of work and or the situations around you, who you have to work with, perhaps to some degree, but mostly about the fact that you feel you've learned something or you're employed in a good way. But you feel like there's something you have to give up, or you will be forced to give up, or you think you might have to consider giving up.
Yeah, there's a sacrifice here. Yeah.
And I'm wondering if it is this idea that maybe you can't last there. So that, in other words, it really is probably a really strong wish of yours to stay here. But you feel there are circumstances that maybe will force you to leave there.
Right. There are things there with that Nine of Wands reversed that just says to me either you are giving up or maybe you are afraid that they are giving up on you. Maybe that's it. And despite your best efforts, which is that Eight of Pentacles there, you just feel as though, it's not getting you where you need to be. The Eight of Pentacles sometimes indicates getting more skills or achieving more education.
That's true. Mm-hmm.
Sometimes if needed to do your work, getting some help.
We have our dog again. And we have the mice.
Yeah. So I wonder if there isn't some problems or issues with coworkers or bosses. It's as if there's little things that make you get nervous and stressed out on this job that might be related to somebody there. Maybe somebody who you feel is not your ally, that they're working against you in some way.
But the dog should be a loyal friend, right?
It should be, but the mice are there. Put them together.
So, right, something sort of is chipping away or eating away at a friendship you have or a loyalty you have that is expressed in this job, I guess. It may not be a friend outside of the job. It may just be a friend that's there. Maybe it's the person you feel the best about being a partner with or being loyal with.
My feeling is dogs are friends, sure, but in the relation of a work question, it could be coworkers, it could be bosses, it could be anybody, in your realm there. With the mice there, the mice is saying that there is petty troubles, struggles, and annoyances and stress coming from somebody or those around you in your workplace. That's how I would do that. But
so it's not totally clear that you will be there. It seems like you want to stay there, but maybe there are just more problems and you may find you will be drawn to going somewhere else or giving this up.
I would guess the one thing you have to do to try to make it work is to see if you can't get help from somebody there or ask if there is any courses or things that you need to take to do your job better. Ask them to help in some way. Or if you feel that you are not meeting their expectations, ask them what it is you need to do to persevere there and move forward, because you definitely, want to remain working with them. So if you show a little bit of, I really love my job, I want to be better, what can I do to help, improve myself, maybe that would work to your advantage at this point.
Deep Strike, a lot of that is expressed by the Eight of Pentacles, because it really is talking about a person who really wants to advance themselves, to learn things, and to be effective in what they do.
Yeah.
So that's what you have to kind of come across with.
So that's what we have for you right now. Good luck with that. Wishing
luck.
you the best. All right. We are on Apple and Eve. Good to see you, Apple. You're eating them. You know what? The thing for me why they're so addictive is because I heard you crunch one, but they are softer as a whole. I think you and I both agree on that. So I must have gotten a fresh batch of Conversation Hearts. It's not yet last year's Conversation Hearts back on the
I
shelf.
suppose I should use the Fino Rose Tarot for you then, Apple.
Ah, all right. Will there be stability? Okay. Miss you, Mr. O.
I really do like this deck.
I wasn't sure if you would, if it would be too kitschy, especially since they aligned most of the cards with elements of the show. But I think it works. I really like it. And I love the look of it. It's just amazing.
It calls to me, it really does.
And who decided to buy you that deck?
Somebody who doesn't feel exactly as mushy about...
Somebody who's guilty about getting too many decks of their own.
Oh, is that what it is? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So will there be stability on this path? Oh, we have the Seven of Roses reversed. Okay. Uh-oh, though.
And that's the Seven of Wands. And there's the
Sun.
The Sun is reversed.
Mirrors are our swords in this deck. We have the Three of Swords upright. And notice how they call that card red flags.
Well, this is kind of difficult because it really doesn't look very pleasant.
Well, yeah, the Seven of Wands is reversed here, saying there's some power, there may be some power issues of sorts here. There may be some imbalances in, you know, how you relate to each other on a level of fairness, you know, and in a level of equality, you know, and being treated the same.
You or both may feel that sometimes, you know, it's day by day, that some days you're at the top and some days you're at the bottom. You know, you're the pigeon or you're the statue, or there's a lot of back and forth, I guess is what this feels like.
And I love the way they call that card drama. So the other one, Paradise, is the Sun, which means that things seem, I feel like this is right now, right? You're questioning this. I mean, things seem very pessimistic or doubtful right now. You're just not sure where this is all going to end up. Will there be success here or won't there?
If it's not that it's pessimistic, it just seems cloudy, like the sun cannot be seen because there's a bit obscuring it. And so some of this also, too, is your feeling you can't totally figure it out. Like there's something you can figure out, but there's something else you can't quite figure out.
Well, you know, in my ancient and old, one of my first tarot books, the Eden Gray tarot book, what they would always say about the sun is future plans cloudy. It's hard for you to envision a future right now with this person because everything seems so confusing. And the red flags, the Three of Swords, indicates there is some sorrow attached to what's going on right now. Obviously, red flags are saying, you know, if this is still early in a relationship, there's things you need to take to heart here and really examine kind of closely, before it gets any deeper.
Well, in certain pithy soap operas, of course, or whatever platitudes, they always say, you always hurt the one you love. And so I feel that, when there's heartbreak, it's not just one person's heartbreak necessarily. And even though that doesn't necessarily give you comfort, it is perspective, though, to be able to go ahead.
Yeah,
Libra.
go ahead, Libra. That's
it is
fine.
perspective to understand that there's always two sides of an issue. And like I said, with that drama card reverse, there's just so much back and forth. It really feels like it's a cycle.
Is it my turn or yours?
It is my turn.
I thought so. We'll let you
We
do it.
kind of hopped on that because I thought it was a good opportunity to use that deck again.
Yes, that's fine.
Yeah, please don't type and drive.
Yes.
No, that's fine. We got your back, just like you always have our back, Violet.
She just wants a general, so we got it.
Okay, so Apple and Eve, these are the Cupid, Lenormand, and there's a snake. And there's the moon.
Are you worried about, well, I don't know. There seems to be some duplicity here in the romance. It just looks like romantic duplicity, or I don't want to say betrayal per se, but I do feel as though there's things you don't know.
Secrets or mysteries.
Secrets. Yeah. And so I feel that there may be, some things that are being hidden, or maybe things that you are finding out slowly that you maybe wished you had known sooner, perhaps. But, love is blind, and we can, even us people with intuitive abilities can certainly be caught up in the moment. So I don't know if this relates to what you're going through, but boy, it certainly seems like there is a not too happy story here.
Do you feel that in the Lenormand, the moon means that this is a mystery that's uncovered, that this pertains to that?
Sometimes. The moon is also about romance, though, so
that's true,
that's
too.
the snake, and so I feel there's some, if not enough, I wouldn't say betrayal, but I think, I'm not going to say sneaky, that's the fox. The fox is sneaky and crafty, but the snake is like, somebody could be living a double life. I could just say that and say, could they have someone on the side? But beyond that, I feel that it's also just that they could be, not showing their true selves. They may just be not showing you everything you need to know about them.
Well, I want to play that to the idea of the drama, the reverse Seven of Wands, and suggest that maybe this is just saying that this is the kind of nature of a snake, or whatever you want to say, to strike and then to hide and wait for the next strike. And so that's that back and forth, like, is it your turn? Is it their turn? Is it both your turns? So it sort of, to me, implies the idea that you're not getting to the problem or resolving the problem. And then I just wanted to say, too, that with the sun reversed and the moon, it's sort of like there's an opposition there of equal or corollary or complementary forces. And so it's all about getting to the bottom of what really is, the issues. What are the red flags pointing towards?
So stability. Stability can only be achieved if both partners are being fair and honest and open in the relationship. And I do sense some problems here. That has to be resolved before, you can really get to some stability in this. And also, the idea of the power struggles, the fairness element, I feel too that this is causing some grief and issues as well. That's what we have for you. Good luck with that.
Best wishes and good luck. Thanks for dropping in today.
Yeah.
It's always nice to see you.
Absolutely. Starry Boo is up, and Starry wants a general reading.
All right. Yeah. So I hate to ride rough on you again, but Starry Boo, would you like me to use the Karma Music Tarot because you mentioned that they were amazing looking?
And I'm going to take the Lenormand either way.
I'm taking over your show. You can only pick from my decks.
You know, Sonny's been going. Oh, he's up there.
Is he
Sorry,
watching us?
Kara. Sonny
He's up
has
there.
chosen his cat tree. Over.
See the tail?
Oh yeah, you see his tail up there, everybody.
Thank you.
We get to see Sonny tail.
You're very welcome.
Very
Thank
welcome. Love you too. Love you too.
you. Love you very much.
So we only get Sunny tail in this reading, and frankly, I think that's a good thing for our end of things.
Dat tail.
All right.
Sunny Boo, we're coming for you with Karma music.
That almost sounded like a rhyme. Sunny Boo, we're coming for you.
With Karma music.
And of course, the more I say the name, the cat will think I am talking about them.
I just look at that tail laying there like,
And that's Star.
is he dead? Is he dead?
Sunny Boo, Starry Boo. All right.
Sunny Boo and Starry Boo. It sounds like a perfect relationship.
You can't have my cat, though. Sorry. Sunny and I have a special relationship. It's a little dysfunctional. All right.
Okay, Starry.
Okay.
General reading. Yes, I did. Sorry.
Oh, look at that. Start off with the TFT party. No, it's 5 of Wands. Darn it. Thought it was the party card. It looked like it to me, but it's not. The 5 of Wands is upright.
Osiris, which is the Emperor, as you can see, is reversed. And then a King of Swords that is reversed. Kind of dramatic looking there. All right. So it seems like there's an aura or an air of some movement around you that mostly involves your involvement with other people. It's some sort of competition or peer thing. There may be this attempt to really, for somebody, maybe it's you or maybe it's somebody else, to be in control, but maybe they're not the ones really who can be in control. This doesn't look that great either because it's the reverse King of Swords, and this usually seems like somebody who's having a problem making a good judgment or decision, or somebody maybe who is just really not the right person to make the decision. And I sort of feel like there's a relationship between that Emperor reversed and that King of Swords.
So I don't know if this situation has come about yet or you have yet to experience this. Maybe there is an inkling of this now. But what I see here is the 5 of Wands and the Emperor. All of them seem really tied together to indicate that there may be, as Mr. O said, a difficulty in yourself or someone being able to make a decision or come up with a compromise, a fair solution to something, because there's power struggles going on right now, either with family, friends, in a relationship, at work. Wherever this may happen, there seems to be a power struggle right now. The Emperor's reversed, which isn't the best quality here. Somebody wants to control things. Somebody wants to control the way things are going to go. And the 5 of Wands is about this kind of jostling for position. Everybody who has a stake in this wants their say. They want to be counted, or they want their plan to be the plan. And so it's a matter of working it out. And the way I look at it, there's just no easy resolution right now. It seems like there's nobody who's willing to come to an agreement. Everybody seems that's involved in this, even if it's just you and a partner, say, you just want your own way. And it's not working. And if it's nothing that you know about now, it may be a situation that you are going to counter in some area of your life in the near future.
Well, it could be too. I'm wondering if you, either in your work or in your vocations, have a team project. Maybe somebody is trying to remove you from the authority of that, or dehance the authority you have with that. Or maybe somebody is trying to countermand your decisions somehow.
I like that.
And it's upsetting, of course.
Of course, it could also mean that, now that he's touched on some of this with the power issue, that maybe you feel like you are disempowered in some way. That you have to fight for, having your place at the table in a relationship, in the workplace, whatever the case may be. You may feel like disempowered right now. Sometimes when you look at the Emperor, depending on the cards around it, it could be somebody who is like mad with power. But on the other hand, it could be somebody who feels disempowered right now. And they feel like what they, their decisions or their choices don't matter, and that they have to fight to really make it clear that they want to be heard. So that's another possibility as well when I see this combination of cards. Let's look at the Lenormand and see if it steers us anywhere.
I like that little beam of light slicing through there.
Yeah. Through the blinds. Let's see what we get here. Mm-hmm. Well, I think one thing is certain. Okay, we have the lilies. Number 30 here is the lilies. I think I got that down now. And then we have the beautiful Tree of Hearts here, which is the tree in the traditional Lenormand. And I feel here that what this is indicating, the tree can be about a number of things. The tree can be about health and well-being in particular, but it can also be about family tree, family life. It can be about it can also be about learning and knowledge and growth. And I feel here what this may be saying, well, it could be one of two things. It's possible that this clash is family related, possibly. I can't rule that out, but it also could indicate to me that you will grow stronger from this experience. You will gain knowledge that's really important from this experience. Sometimes it takes a conflict or it takes a shake-up, like we had the Tower card in our card of the day for, Twitter and Facebook today. And I feel that sometimes it takes a shake-up of some sort in our lives, a power struggle, etc., for us to grow and learn and be better. And so I feel like you're going to come out of this situation okay, ultimately, but, it's not going to be a fun thing, for sure.
Well, this is the Karma Tarot, and I'm wondering if this is a karmic thing happening here with all this stuff going on with people that are trying to, usurp you or whatever. And the karma is, I guess, is that you are, like Banshee says, meant to grow, meant to evolve. Maybe this whole thing was put in place to sort of give you that push to be more leadership material, or to at least define your space, your ability, to stand up for yourself because of what you're saying.
To reclaim your power. Reclaim your power.
So I think this current situation maybe is part of what will lead you toward that. And I just wanted to mention too, because I've been talking about this to you, this image of the artist over here, that is the self-portrait of the artist of the card. Her name is Bridget. I can't think of her last name. So it's kind of cute that it came up too, because we were talking about the cards.
So that's what we have for you. I wish you luck with that, and feel free to come back and ask some more questions about this situation or any other.
I hope it worked for you. Thank you.
All right. So you are aware of this situation. It's happening and unfolding around you. Sometimes it might mean you have to walk away from something and carve your own path. Other times it means that, you just have to stand up for yourself more and let the chips fall where they may. This is for your growth, though. You will grow stronger from going through this. All right, so we are on Sonali. And I don't know if Sonali posted a question.
I don't believe they have. Violet asked them to.
Okay.
So Sonali, if you're there, we're asking you to write your question.
Yeah, I'll give Sonali a few moments.
Okay.
As we discuss and remind people Super Bowl predictions tomorrow.
Yeah,
I'm
check
excited.
that out. Also, don't forget to watch my Goth Tarot. Nope, it's not on Fridays. It's on Wednesdays at 8 a.m. How did I do that? Oh, well.
Oh, that's funny. You made a time and day mistake?
I did. Oops. Catch Banshee's Material Matters. It was on earlier today. It's on every Sunday. Get the weekly tarot keys to success in business, education, and finance. And I'm wondering if Sonali's still with us.
Okay, give Sonali one more moment.
You're welcome,
You're very
Starry
welcome,
Boo.
Starry. All right. Well, we can try to fix Sonali in when they return. And let's move on to Kara, just to keep the show
All
going.
right, Kara.
Kara, you are up.
I'm going to ring the bell. Pull the tail for Kara.
Please don't encourage.
So what are we going to do, Kara?
All right, Kara. I will say one thing. They had a bad printer for these conversation hearts. They're two different sets of hearts, and they're both bad. Although this one says, love you.
Okay, General. We'll let you use
Okay,
your
Kara.
cards.
Oh, you're going to let me use mine? Why, thank you, sir.
And some of these with my bad eyes, I'm looking at them like, it can't say that.
Oh, no.
It's not nice at all. Oh my, how time flies.
I know. We're doing
It seemed like
okay.
a minute ago it was 3 o'clock and now it's almost 20 to 4.
You're doing the Lenormand this time, right?
I am.
I know.
What deck is this?
The Lover's Tarot. Jane Lyle. Now, that's an old deck.
Yeah. Did you have to brush off some dust to get at it?
No.
Okay.
I used it last year on the show.
So only a year's worth of dust.
Yeah. And it's in the cabinet, so things there don't get that dusty.
True enough.
All right. Okay. Well, Kara.
2 9s, eh?
Yeah. We have Judgment. Judgment is upright. We have the 9 of Swords, but good news, the 9 of Swords is reversed. And then we have another 9. The 9 of Pentacles is upright. I feel here that, you maybe the 9 of Swords is reversed. That's critical to me here. It looks as though some pain or anxieties or some self-doubts that you may have had, some worries, they will start to get better now. It's starting to clear up now. You're starting to look at things in a more, with a more awareness and like you finally have an epiphany about, yourself and, maybe things that that were self-limiting you. You realize now that some of these things might have been all in your head, because the 9 of Pentacles here indicates to me that, though you may be on your own in some way, you know, being a solitary person. I don't know if you're in a relationship right now or single, but it just seems as though, you know, you really are not in a bad place, and that you should find the joy and beauty, you know, in the things that you surround yourself with, because, and also to also bring beauty, the things that you feel good about, into your life.
Well, I think that judgment is about an epiphany for you, about an understanding that comes to you. Maybe it's a deep, deep understanding, or maybe it's just something that really says, oh, I could have had a V8. Oh, never mind. But the 2 9s, though, 9s are endings and beginnings away. And so maybe this epiphany is about these qualities ending or beginning in your life. You know, the end of something that was bringing you pain. And I'm not saying it's happening now. It may be yet to come. It's coming up soon. So conditions maybe that you felt really were hopeless, and maybe it wasn't really about you so much, but you just knew there was nothing you could really do to help. But maybe that situation is going to end now for them, and that's going to make you feel better. But the other thing is that 9 of Pentacles, and I'm thinking this is saying there's a status quo change for you, possibly. At least not necessarily physically, like it says you're going to move away to the country and enjoy yourself forever in your garden, but maybe it'll feel that way, that in your mind, achieving this sort of sense of satisfaction with everything you have. And that is the epiphany. You're going to start to understand that it's not the end, it's really just the beginning again. You know, to move forward into another spiral that takes you around higher or deeper. It doesn't matter. They're both the same.
Yeah, so I liked what he said there, the thing about the 2 9s, because right now the ending to me is the ending of these anxious moments, and where you're second guessing yourself, or it keeps you, it's little things that keep you up at night, you know. I'm very familiar with that concept. And so, you know, that's coming to an end now, and it's really the time to focus on the things that bring you joy in your life. You know, maybe it's material pleasures, because the 9 of Pentacles is about that. So, you know, hey, go out and spend some money, buy a new deck, or get a new magical tool, or, you know, it's like something that you would enjoy.
Enjoy reading at home with a cup of tea or cocoa.
There you go. You know,
Whatever
right,
you
indulge
like.
in some, you know, meals or things that you enjoy, you know, some guilty little pleasures there.
So I have pulled the Lenormand then, or I am now, and I get,
some new cards.
Some new cards.
We haven't seen.
So we get the letter.
Yeah.
Yeah, we haven't seen these today, and we get the bear.
So you might get some news. You might get some news. Maybe some people around you will tell you, hey, you know, quit being so down on yourself. And you know, it's empowering news from others. That's what it looks like to me. Something that will give you power. It could be something that gives you financial rewards, say if you were applying for a job or something like that. This is a general reading after all. But I get the feeling here, because of the way that those cards were falling, you know, the tarot, that it is about something that will make you feel more self-empowered. And it seems like it's coming from another source, coming from others.
Right. I don't know if this is like, you know, one of your best fellows or somebody like that, you know, that
or
you
your
equate.
tribe.
Your tribe, you know,
Mm-hmm.
you somebody you equate with, you know, a similar status of your own in a way too, that they're the she-bear, the powerful she-bear, and maybe they just communicate with you and remind you, you know, of how much you mean to them, but also the other way around too.
That's what we have for you. Hey, good luck with that.
Thanks, Kara.
All right, Angel Rivera is up. Unless Sonali's back, just checking. But Angel Rivera, you are up.
And of course, 2-7 is another 9.
Oh, wow.
I just thought of that. You're welcome.
All right, can I have my Lenormand? 2 cards will not do. Okay.
Those were the right 2 cards.
Okay, Angel, let's go for it. we're getting down to the bottom of the list, and we got 15 minutes left. Look at that.
It's awesome.
And we could go a little into overtime. I'm just saying. Did I not drink any of my cucumber water that has been sitting here? Oh man, what's wrong with me? It's because I've been eating all those sweet conversation.
Angel would like a single card from Spirit.
Did we just use my deck? No, we used yours. All right. Grab this one.
We did use your deck, but I used mine a couple times in a
Oh.
row.
You're confusing me, Mr. O, but that's okay. All right, you will get that. Let's see what we've got for you.
It's pretty sunny out there.
Yes, it is. Getting some wonderful sunshine, even though it's been cold. Temperatures are going to warm up a little more seasonably, in the upper 20s and low 30s, but nights are still going to be pretty cold. And I heard there's a chance of snow later in the week. I don't know what that means, but it's on there for 2 days, so I hope it's not going to be anything big. Like the other one, maybe just some showers. Shuffle.
Mm-hmm.
Hydration is very important, especially for me on these darn cancer drugs I'm taking, so I'm just going to keep at it. And there's something, I know it just sounds crazy to throw cucumbers in in water, but there's something very refreshing about it, I have to say. I'm sure it's good for me beyond that. Oh, I bet. I'm so glad we did not get the ice. Oh. Oh, well. He said, he reminded me it was just one.
3 of Cups.
Reversed. So. Didn't we give you kind of a complicated reading recently with things? I can't quite recall, but I feel like the party's over. Some people are not happy. Some people are not happy either in the work environment or in the home front. People are just not getting along. They're not coming together. No kumbaya.
I think Spirit is saying that you should possibly expect some discoherence, like maybe people not understanding or not being able to come together. It sort of looks like maybe there's something that's doing this that's not necessarily you or any other particular thing. Almost sounds astrological in a way, but I just sort of feel like Spirit is saying watch for this trend of non-coherence.
I looked at the bottom card.
2 of Wands.
So this may relate to future plans or strategizing in some way, where something that somebody wants to do. And I mean, this could be even in your personal life, just some plans, and maybe not either you or your significant other are not all in on this. It's possible, like I said, at work, this could be relating to some goals or objectives, and not everybody's getting on board with it.
Right. It may be the feeling that you're clearly going to find that there's very little consensus with this situation. That's what all those emotional things with the reverse 3 of Cups is about. And so it's just going to kind of just sit there. I think that was the 2, right?
Yep.
Yeah. It's just going to sort of
2
sit
of Wands,
there,
though, not swords.
right, as part of this meandering thing here. It needs to settle.
Look at this angel. All right. The Rider.
The letter.
It's news. It's some kind of news.
Interesting.
It's kind of like, oh, by the way, we're going to do this now, or here's what we plan for the future, or even if it's significant other. Oh, didn't I tell you we're going to visit the relatives? Blah blah. Whatever the case may be. So it's just one of those things. It's going to come in the form of some news to you.
Right.
Yeah.
Bringing basically a consideration towards direction or a course alteration.
So Spirit might just be saying to you, hey, you know what? You're just gonna, you don't be a part of the fight. Be a part of the solution here, Be a part of how can we make this plan work? If this is what we've got to live with, or if this is what you intend on doing, how can we make this work and try to be the cooler head in the room?
Well, it sounds like there's a waiting kind of going to have
Could
to
be.
happen until news brings more information, maybe.
Could be.
Could be.
That's what I have for you, Angel. What we have for you. Good luck with that.
Okay, good luck.
Marcia is up. Hey, Marcia. Yep. Don't get caught up in no dramas. I hate dramas.
Oh, wow. Uh-oh. Should I use the final rose? Maybe not.
Sure. Well, go ahead. Why not?
You're welcome, Angel. Well, with people like Arthur, it could be that love is a game.
I think this says crush it, but I can't tell. It's kind of blurry. It could be a crush with a heart on it, too. I'm not sure. It's all
you
smudged.
slippery cards.
They're just so pretty.
They are so pretty.
I love the kind of ombre hue on the back of these. It kind of has a little purpley pink to deeper pink.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I love them. Thank you, Banshee.
Oh, you're so welcome, Mr. O. And I at least get to use them occasionally on this show.
Well, actually, I was going to talk to you about that.
Oh, okay. What?
I'm kidding.
Well, I mean, I'm sure they'll only be out for Super Tarot Love Months and stuff like that. I'm sure.
They should come out once in a while.
Maybe. Okay, Marcia, let's see what's going on. The Page of Cups is reversed. What does it say on the bottom there? What is that?
The Daydreamer. So this person's not dreaming. They know what they're doing, maybe.
The Queen of Rings, which is the pentacles in this deck, right? The Queen of Rings is, what does it say there?
The single mom.
The single mom. And then the Eight of Roses, which I believe you said are wands, is the Leap of Faith. Look at that flying squirrel there. It's like the Eight of Wands, all those wands flying in the air. All right, so what does this all
So what's going
mean?
through his sneaky mind? It is indeed a sneaky mind because he has the Page of Cups reversed, and that one says the Daydreamer, so I'm suggesting that he's not dreaming at all. He probably knows exactly what he's doing. It's not dreaming, and so that's just saying he has a plan. Maybe it's not a bad plan. Maybe it's not a great plan. The Queen of Rings, maybe how they look at you, I don't know. It says the single mom. Usually the Queen of Pentacles is a very self-made person, somebody who really does know how to take care of themselves, does not necessarily have to have somebody else doing it for them because they're quite capable. It doesn't mean that they're against romance or relationships. It's just saying they're the person who really tries to take care of themselves. And so that could be going through his sneaky mind too. He's looking at you and he feels like you're a person who maybe doesn't need him. So what does this mean then? That maybe he just sort of feels he wants to take that leap of faith to somehow use his energy that he feels he has to try to make some move or make some plan happen. Probably
Hey, Divine You. Oh, good to see you.
Hi, Divine.
Well, let's look at this here. That page of... does he have plans? Well, he has plans, but, the page of Cups is reversed here. So to me, his plans are very unrealistic. His plans are kind of pie in the sky and all over the place. I feel that with the Queen of Rings, that might end it... Well, the Eight of Roses, the Queen of Rings... For some reason, I'm putting those two together there, and it sounds like more of the same from him. He seems to be he seems to be taking his energy, and maybe he does want to direct it towards one particular individual at this time. He's got his eyes set on someone. I'm not sure if it's you or not, Marcia. It might be the person he's with there right now, your co-worker. But I'm not sure. I feel like he maybe wants to focus that energy now, but there's a danger with the Eight of Wands. I feel either way. I feel when it's upright, he could be all over the place. In other words, he might be focusing his energy on more than one target, which certainly suits the kind of person he is. That's what I'm wondering about. What do you think?
I thought of your last question, and I just did a cut, and I got the Bachelor reversed, which is the Emperor reversed. And I don't know that it's you, but I don't know that it's not you.
Well, we would have to do a yes/no question on that.
Okay, well, I just wanted to see that.
I just feel that that to me indicates that he still has issues of wanting to dominate and control things. He's into wanting to control people in his lives.
I mean, maybe this is saying that he wants to, but he doesn't feel he would necessarily be successful. And maybe that's the thing that holds him back, is that he does have, and that would be Scorpio, a sense of when he knows he can do something and when he knows he can't. And he doesn't like to look like he's out of control. So he's not necessarily going to do something that might put him in a bad face, being refused, that kind of thing. He would rather take a chance on something he really feels he knows the answer works for him.
So I feel like he has some unrealistic goals, and maybe it's okay. So what if he asks you out, but he's still with somebody, actually he's with two somebodies. So, I mean, what does that mean? It just means more of the same, doesn't it? So I kind of feel like maybe the Queen of Pentacles indicates here you still look attractive to him. You still look like somebody he wants, to put his energy towards. But that Eight of Wands indicates to me that his energy isn't just going there.
Right.
That's kind of what I see. And again, with that Page of Pentacles reversed, it's somebody who's being very unrealistic in their approach to, things. And so let's do the Lenormand on that. Right, so I mean, you have to factor all of that into consideration here, hey, whether you say yes or not, I mean, that's completely up to you, but, it just seems like more of the same. I'm getting that impression in these cards. And, it's really funny about that, Marcia. Let's think about this. We ask questions off and on about his intentions, and we use different decks, and yet it just seems like some interesting combinations of cards come up. Okay, let's take a look at this.
So
these are positive.
We have the Sun, and we have the Bear.
Well, I will say that he feels like he's in his power right now. He's in his element. He feels like nothing can go wrong for him. I'm going to say this in a positive sense. He's very self-assured, for certain. and he feels confident in success. So is he going to ask you out? I'm not going to rule that out. I think it's possible. He already thinks that he is successful at attaining what he desires.
I think there's a bit of bluster going on with him, though. I mean, I feel that way too, but when I pulled this one, the reverse basher, I sort of feel like, in a way, that's his bluster, that maybe deep down inside, and maybe he can't even accept it that deep down, he isn't really in control necessarily, or he has doubts on whether he's in control.
Yeah.
But his bluster, his everyday demeanor is about that. He wants to be the big guy on campus or the big guy in the casino.
Wow, see that? Bluster. It's just sort of like what Mr. O is talking about. He puts on a front because maybe he does feel, hey, Violet Ann, good to see you. Maybe he does feel that, right, he's a big time player, and he wants to impress. But what is he deep down? That Bachelor reversed. Yeah, I like that. The Emperor reversed.
Right,
Very good observation.
Because he is already married, whether he likes his relationship or not, and he is playing around. He is no bachelor.
Yeah, well, there is that. There is that. That's what we have for you right now, Marcia. Well, you're going to have to keep us posted on that one. I would say yes, he probably still does have his eyes on you. I would say... and I take that by looking at that Queen of Pentacles there. Mr. O made me think about that a little bit more, I think, with some of the stuff you were saying. So
we complement each other. And Violet Ann, this is called the Final Rose Tarot, and it's about an American game show, reality show.
Called The Bachelor or whatever. It's one of those, find a husband or find a partner shows.
But
reality TV.
They are all about the love game, as it were, and everything's been kind of reimagined in reds and pinks.
It's a beautiful deck.
It's a beautiful deck. I love it.
It's very clever, for what it is. And I thought it'd be the perfect deck to give to Mr. O for his love readings.
And I hope that helped, Marcia. It was a little bit all over the place, but it just sort of seems like that's him, though. He's all over the place. He's really trying to be all over.
All right, then. Libra. Libra wanted a general reading. She was driving, I remember.
All right, so your deck?
Get these next.
I think we should draw the line with Violet Ann and you.
Yep.
So no one else. Good. Okay, good, Marcia. I think it shows his motivations pretty well, and I think what he actually is thinking about you and others in a way. Aw, that's sweet. Thank you. Your deck for Libra's general reading.
Okay, Libra cusp. I'm actually trying to figure out how I remember how I found this deck. Wasn't it you?
I found it.
He found it somehow, and he told me about it, and then I found out more. It is a self-produced deck from some people in California, I believe, who put it together. A couple of people.
Right. It was on the box. I can't remember.
And right about that same time, somebody on my Twitter feed turned me on to the Cupid Lenormand, mentioned that they were just getting it, so I looked that up and said, well, I gotta have a Love Lenormand in my possession. So I went for that. Shuffle Mr. O. The booklet with the Cupid Lenormand is nice because it gives a lot of nuance to each card and how they would relate to feelings as well as the standard Lenormand interpretations. So I may be giving that booklet a little bit of a once-over because it will help me, apply the, cards that don't seem very romantic to romantic questions. Just giving me a little bit more ideas there. Hey, Dr. V. As soon as you say no, Mr. O, it happens. Now what are you going to do, Mr. O?
I don't know.
Go on.
Okay, so our first card is the Princess of Cups, and you said this would be more like the Knight, right?
Yeah.
Or no, that was that other deck.
Right, it was the other deck. It was the other deck.
We'll take Dr. V.
So that's the page.
We were going to cut it off, but when you came in, I said, we could take
That's
you.
it. That's it. Okay.
So that was the Ace of Coins, and this is the Three of Wands.
All right. So Libra wanted a general, and that's exactly what she's going to get out of this, I think. The Princess of Cups indicates to me that, maybe this is a time to bring some of your dreams and goals and things down to earth. There's also this possibility here that you might get some news is a little bit disappointing to you, unhappy news about something maybe you were hoping to accomplish, but really, I think it might be because there's something better in store for you. That Ace of Coins is indicating the start of something very growthful. I guess that's why I'm kind of grasping here, because I wonder if the Princess of Coins is...
Cups.
Or Cups is... Let me put it to you this way, Libra. I really feel Princess of Cups is saying, bring some of your dreams and goals down to reality. Then really start putting some plans in motion. And when you do that, you'll be amazed at how fast something starts growing for you and developing. Whether this is a relationship or something that you're interested in, that's where I'm going with it, I think.
I think that Princess of Cups sort of represents the idea that maybe there is a feeling or environment of some disillusionment about some of your plans. But I think you have to look at the broader picture and realize that some things are still in motion as a beginning, that they're really not moved even beyond the halfway point of where you should expect. Some of that may be business material related. The Three of Wands, though, maybe to me talks just in general, the overall idea about this being your plans, and that's why I'm saying you sort of feel a disillusionment about where it is so far, but maybe it's just really saying you have to give it time because it really is just beginning, whatever this is, and it just needs more time.
That's a good point. I mean, something could be beginning for you right now, and it may just be that you aren't happy about the progress, or there's something about it that is, wearing on you emotionally a little bit, but just keep working with it. Plan things out. Map things out for your future.
Bye, Jackie.
Take care, Jackie.
Here's
Talk
a
to
wave
you
of the
soon.
tail for you, too. Thanks for coming.
Don't bend my cards. Boy, that's come up a bit today.
So now we have the snake and the tower, but this is the Lenormand tower, not the tarot tower.
Well, if you were working, Libra, I don't think you are, I would say this has to do with the work environment, that maybe there's some deception or something related to work. This might have to do with, I don't know, I'm wondering if this has to do with some kind of paperwork snafu or bureaucratic thing that you are dealing with.
Well, I'm wondering too, is I know, your kids were sick recently, and I know they probably didn't have to go to the hospital, but I'm wondering if maybe this just relates to that, and the idea there being that maybe you feel like not everything is really clear to you, like you sort of feel like there's still some mysteries about what happened in that process. Maybe it's not about them, but maybe it could be about health in general, and or anything that you might have going on in terms of having to do things in clinics or hospitals. If you have certain things you have to do there, like take the kids there for follow-ups or anything like that, maybe you're wondering about that. If you feel trusted there, if you feel you can be trustworthy.
Well, it's interesting because, the tower can be about isolation, but so I could take that in the COVID angle. But, I'm wondering here, too, if this is just meaning if you feel like you are treading water, you are alone right now, in trying to sort all of this out or get something started in your life, you might be deceiving yourself here. You are not alone. You have people around you who can support you. Don't feel like you have to go it alone. That is a deception.
Are you possibly considering or trying to consider moving, maybe going to a new location or a different environment? I'm wondering if maybe some of this could be afoot here, and maybe you're sensing the disappointment of that, or maybe you're feeling this disappointment's going to come to you, or maybe the Lenormand is saying there is some sense of a disappointment coming to you, like things just have to be worked out, or that maybe if there were information provided by a person, you find it's not really adequate or trustworthy enough. Just a thought I'm having.
Yeah. I guess I gotta leave it at that. It's a little bizarre to me because I feel overall, the Lenormand's a little bit sketchy, but overall this is a pretty good reading. I just think maybe just bring your plans and goals down to earth. Try to do things that are achievable and plan it out, strategize, do what you need to do to get this off the ground.
Maybe this is saying don't trust input from your team or other people because maybe they have their own interests there, and so that maybe this is something you should just do on your own.
Well, I have to disagree with that. I feel that isolating yourself is the deception here. I just feel like you don't have to feel like you are alone in this, that if you need help, seek it.
Okay.
That's all. Okay, but we can agree to disagree.
Violet, if you need to leave to take care of that, we could probably handle it from here.
And hey, you could type your question out and we could do it for you, so whatever it takes.
Okay, so is Divine next then?
Divine is up.
All right.
Well, there's Dr. V, too. We're going to put Dr. V in.
Okay,
or did they
so...
say no?
No,
they're
I'm
in.
sure he's here for a
Okay.
reading. Mm-hmm.
So Divine, Dr. V, and then... Divine, Violet, Ann, and then Dr. V.
Yeah,
Sorry.
let's not forget Violet Ann.
I got it right. Just got to get my violets straight here.
Okay, so this one, yes, I have your question, Divine. Okay, we're on Divine first, then Violet Ann, then you, Dr. Victor.
Trying to figure this out. God,
You are on the list, Violet Ann.
Yep. Yeah, you are. You will be next.
We almost feel like we have Mercury Retrograde going on.
All right, so
Okay, Divine.
I guess my one question for you is, are you already transitioning to this other org? Is it going
It
to
says,
actually...
how will it happen?
How will it happen? Okay. Okay, let's take a look at that. Got it. And then how will the current org take the news? It's like two questions there. We'll try to see what we can get.
It is post-shadow, so yeah, anything could happen.
Anything goes.
Mostly how you put it together. Okay, Divine. So we have a Queen of Cups upright. We have the Chariot reversed. And we have the Eight of Swords upright.
Well, Divine, the Queen of Cups indicates that... So wait a minute, I want to just look at that again. How will your transition happen? I feel that, clearly you want to move on. You want to move to this other org in a way because, it would make you feel better than you are right now. I don't know if that's true, but I get that feeling. The Chariot, though, and the Eight of Swords upright are a little concerning to me because the Chariot indicates that movement, or there's inertia right now. The things are going to, if they move at all, they're going to move rather slowly. And you are going to feel like you have you're going to feel like it's trapping you. It may not be true. It might be all up here, because often with that card, that's what that indicates. You will have this sense or this feeling that there's no way out. You're stuck. But it may just be a temporary thing. Go on.
Well, I think that this card, the Chariot reversed, sort of encapsulates what you've said there, that you feel like you have no energy. And so I think this is reflective of your feeling here more than the possible reality, that strongly keys towards what you're saying there. And because of that, then maybe you feel like, you're not really working to your best advantage. You feel like somehow this is a limitation on you because you feel this sluggish energy. But from another point of view, though, the Queen of Cups says there's something really fulfilling emotionally to you to have this happening. So it's sort of a little bit of a contradiction. You know that this is a better thing for you to do, that it will make you feel better, it'll give you a sense of accomplishment, but also it just feels good. There's a relaxation perhaps, but maybe you're still letting yourself be bothered by the worry, and that it could cripple you. So those are your realistic concerns here.
And when he says could cripple you, that's just internally. You're letting your worries cripple you, is basically it. So, you have the means to, you have more control in the situation maybe than you realize, but there is this inertia. And
I don't know that this talked exactly to the current org, but I could sort of infer from the Queen of Cups that things are calm enough, that things are well enough there with that. Should I pull another card for that one?
Current org treats you good, so you really don't want to leave them in a way, which is kind of, you do and you don't. It's such a torn thing. So actually, maybe that Queen of Cups is about the current org, that you just feel emotionally better there. And you are concerned about how I guess they will feel, you asked about how they will feel about you leaving. And I feel like they won't be in as good a position with you leaving. Maybe that's where, as far as reading these cards for that question goes, the inertia may be that they feel like they're not going to get as much done without you.
Right, because this could apply to them too in a way, as well as to yourself, that really there's a drawback to losing you, that it sort of limits them in a certain way.
Right, and either you or they have anxieties about that. I can see that. And so now the move towards the current org, it looks to me like, I think that, again, there is some stagnation. There is slow movement there. It's going to be kind of a slow transition in some way. And the Eight of Swords is indicating you are going to have some anxieties about that move. But you know what, Divine You? I think I know you long enough here to realize you have a lot of anxieties about these moves. So in general. So I feel like that's a little bit more of the same there, that just may be your mind playing tricks on you.
Well, in the overall, when I look at it from how I apply it to one part of your question to the other part of your question, I sort of agree with Banshee that I feel that more this is really how you have internalized your feelings about it, and that really most things here look like they would even out at some point.
Yeah, so you got to always deal with a new dynamic when you move somewhere else. People with their own ambitions and, competition going on between people. So I'm sure you have some worries there.
Those are not sharks. Those are dolphins. I just want to make sure you know that. Yeah, I get it. I know that, there's situations there. So I'm pulling the Lenormand, and great, we got the key. Birds, and then the key.
The key, I guess, overall is to make sure you communicate things effectively, that you keep networking, communicating. Maybe the key here is to keep lines of communication open between you and both teams, In other words, maybe let your new team know you want to have a smooth transition let both teams know that you want to make sure that this transition is going to be smooth for everybody involved.
Well, there are two birds and there are two dolphins, so this does sort of apply the binary idea of the two situations, the current and then the hopeful. And I'm thinking this is really important here, that this is the idea too, and that sometimes when we look at the Eight of Swords, it shows physical containment, but I think it also expresses to the idea that from a mental point of view, there's also verbal or other kinds of communication. And so I think Banshee's exactly right. I think the key is really feeling a little bit more confident and not over worrying about who thinks this, who thinks that, but just trying to be open enough, like Banshee says, to keep the communication open and constant. You don't have to respect how they'll feel about it. They should just understand that they should respect how you feel about it.
That's what we have for you at this time, Divine. You good luck with that.
Good luck, my dear.
Violet Ann wants to know if anybody is coming towards her in love, and I think that calls for your final roses there.
Oh, I would love to use that for you, Violet Ann.
I will use these again.
The final rose. Yeah, hopefully that will work for you, Violet Ann. It seems to be, important for you to do that too, because I think that's a message too.
Are you talking to Violet Ann or Divine?
I'm sorry, Divine. Divine's last question. Yeah. Divine's last question. It is good to do that, I think. You're welcome. So, Violet Ann, I'm going to use my final rose tarot for your reading.
You're welcome, Divine.
You are so welcome, Divine. Don't laugh at me. No, you could laugh at me.
Oops. Well, we finished Divine. We're on Dr. V. Wait, no, we're on Violet Ann. Violet Ann.
We're on Violet Ann, then Dr. V.
Yeah. I'm getting confused now, but that's okay. It's okay. We've all had little glitches today.
So don't go anywhere, Dr. V. You're up right after this reading.
Yep.
No, you're fine.
You're fine. Hey, no worries.
No worries.
That's why I have the backup paper, which sometimes I do right.
We really appreciate you being here with us. We think we're kind of boring, so we think it's neat that you want to stay here.
We think we're kind of boring. I don't think I'm boring.
Okay, I think you're boring.
Difficult at times.
Oh, you're definitely difficult at times.
I'm an Aries after all.
All right.
All right.
Okay. Our first card, Violet Ann. Ace of Flutes reversed.
Ah, the Ace of Cups reversed.
And that's the Ace of Cups. And the legend underneath is the first kiss. I'm not going to say the last kiss because it's reversed. Then we have the Ten of Wands, the Ten of Roses, a shoulder to cry on. Oh, I'm not liking this.
No, I know.
And then we have the Eight of Rings, also known as Camera Guy.
And also known as Pentacles.
Eight of Pentacles.
Camera Guy. He's hard at work filming the craziness of the show. So, it's really funny, Violet Ann, because I could have sworn in some of the other readings we did for you, we kind of indicated somebody might be coming. But right now it looks as though it's the opposite with the Ace of Cups reversed. it just seems as though it's hard getting anything relationship-wise off the ground right now.
It may be that if something was going to start, it's looking like it will take time, or maybe it won't.
Or maybe it just seemed like a good beginning. You know, it may be that we're right, that something is coming towards you that seems like a good beginning, but it may not bear out in the long term. And the Ten of Roses is there, which is the Ten of Wands, which seems like this, and I love that they have a Kleenex box, that it seems as though there is burdens attached to this relationship. There's obstacles or a feeling of an oppressive load. In other words, maybe this person is just
oversharing their problems.
Maybe. Or maybe they themselves are too much of a problem. I mean, they just have too much going on and it's not going to work.
So far it's not looking like anybody immediately on the horizon that would be worthwhile.
So I feel here the only caveat is the Eight of Pentacles, the Eight of Rings. And the Eight of Rings is saying that, you know, you just have to keep working at it. I hate to tell you this. Put your best effort out there and don't sell yourself short. Get what you deserve. Get what truly is right for you. Get what you want to put your heart out there and you feel you are of value. Make sure that you are getting back what you expect from, what you give to people.
So it is the camera guy, so I would have to say that maybe it's not in the picture yet, or it hasn't fully developed.
Ooh, yeah.
So I hate to be a little farcical there, but I do sort of feel that this is just more or less indicating there's kind of a wishy-washy environment going on with this. That it just sort of seems like there's give and take here. There may be things on the horizon, but you're going to look at them and sort of say...
It's not working.
It's not working.
And it's that Ten of Wands.
Or just feeling like you wouldn't want to put effort into that.
Yeah.
I think it's more like saying the effort.
Yep, Dr. V, you can do your question. We're doing...
Go ahead and write your question.
We're doing a Lenormand for Violet Ann. Let's see what we get here. I think something may come that just does not work out.
Yeah, it's what it looks like.
Because the aces are often about new beginnings. When they're reversed, there's either obstacles or... I think the Ace of Cups is basically... It looked really good in the beginning, but it's not going to last the test of time. The other way I could look at it is you would have to work really hard to make this relationship work.
Yeah, it looks that way too, that this would involve considerable work and maybe burdens. No, what do you got?
Oh, just a contradiction, that's all.
Oh dear. You got the clover, which is luck. And of course, that means therefore, I knew that. So, gee, maybe this is saying that, well, this influences that, right? So
I almost think here, even though we said you had to work at it before, I wonder what this is saying is that maybe a relationship that is coming towards you isn't going to be worth all that effort, but you might end up with somebody at some point here. I'm not sure it's going to be the next thing that comes along. I think it's going to be after that. Something is going to happen when you least expect it. It's going to come out of the blue. It's not something you're going to have to work hard for. See, this relationship here, you would have to work hard to make it work. This is something that is going to come out of the blue that could end up being a long-term relationship.
You kind of stole what I wanted to say, because I wanted to say that too, was like, to me this looks like it's two or more things going on, with this being maybe the more immediate one, saying you'll find there are too many burdens or problems and work there, but out of the blue or a stroke of luck, something just sort of comes towards you and it will seem to work out, or at least in the beginning.
Well, I think more than the beginning, because The ring itself is more the commitment card. The heart
That's
is
true.
the passion and the romance,
Okay.
you know? But the ring is kind of a commitment card. And I don't see this going along with that. Unless you're really able to work hard at it and work through some difficulties to make it all come together.
My final thought is, of course, that there's a 2 and a 2-5, 2, 2, 5, and that all adds up to 9. Endings or beginnings.
True, more endings than beginnings.
Yeah, so maybe it's the ending of the crappy stuff.
For the beginning to happen. So I don't know, but in the immediate future, it looks like whatever will happen will be short term.
It also looks like we covered our bets either way.
Well, I don't know. It's always funny when you get a contradiction like that and you wonder how's it going to work. Like I said, it can work out one of two ways here. Either you really struggle and find a way to make this particular relationship work, or, you know, through a stroke of luck, I really feel a synchronicity, a chance meeting, some lucky encounter. You meet somebody who is the perfect match. Get that final rose, as they say in the Final Rose Tarot.
So there you have
So
it.
good luck with that, Violet Ann. Thanks for stopping in. Isn't love grand? All right,
Okay,
Dr.
Dr.
V,
Victor.
what you got for us? Ooh, we suddenly went into a half hour of overtime.
How did that happen?
Oh, dear. So, yes, after Dr. V will be Violet Lotus, and we will be done.
Absolutely no one else. And I know I just thought of somebody that's likely to show up now.
Don't say it.
I won't. Dr. Victor.
Dr. Victor's probably typing. We'll give him a moment.
Well then, I'll just remind everybody that, of course, we will be back on Thursday at 7 p.m. You're welcome, Violet Ann. And, of course, somewhere in between will be Goth Tarot, which is not on Fridays, but Wednesdays.
No, we didn't get your question, Dr. V. You might
Oh,
want to
let's
try
look for it.
again. At least I don't see it here.
No, I don't see it. You might have to type it again, sir. Now I can't move my cursors here. What happened? Jeez. No, we didn't get it. Could you try it again? Okay, there we go. For your Libra wife on her visa outcome. Okay. Thank you for the question. You're good.
My dear.
Mm-hmm. That's a good question, Dr. Victor.
All right. Oops. One more. Jerome.
You're welcome.
There have been some interesting readings today.
Mm-hmm. Will Mrs. Dr. V get a message from Spirit about the visa application outcome?
Oh, I think they will get a message.
Yes.
All right.
We're here to give it.
Let's see what we've got. Hmm. Interesting. Okay, so we have justice reversed. We have the Ten of Cups in the middle here. And Temperance reversed on the other side, Mr. O.
Interesting. With Justice reversed may indicate that the decision doesn't feel like you're going to like it. It doesn't feel like it's a good decision for you, affirmative. Or it may feel like there's other factors involved that have to be taken care of. It could be like maybe there's some paperwork questions that might come up, things that weren't filled out or are dubious. But because the Ten of Cups looks like happiness, though. The Ten of Cups looks like happiness. And I'm wondering if anything about this has something to do with either of yours family or extended family. Like maybe this is about your wife's family too in some way. I'm not sure exactly what that would be. And then finally with Temperance reversed, though, is probably saying some amount of patience or waiting for everything to kind of come to a sense of clarity. Like right now there may be a sense that either there's something wrong with the paperwork or that there's something wrong with the channels it's going through. It does seem like maybe there's something that is sort of upsetting the balance in a certain way. Maybe it's lost, or maybe it was meant to go with another piece of documentation and they've been separated. We know from our own work that paperwork things, having these kind of issues can really feel bad when you're waiting for the outcome. I'm sorry.
No. I was just waiting for you to take a breath, as you say. So, touche. So I look at this Justice and Temperance are almost two sides of a coin, but in a different way. Especially they're reversed now. They're about balance, and they're about so much more. I mean, they have different aspects to them. So look at Justice reversed here, and I do think there could be some legal paperwork issue going on here that needs to be fixed. It just might be tied up in bureaucratic red tape. Whatever the case may be, there just seems to be problems there with getting this visa through. Now, on the other hand, with Temperance reversed, I think Mr. O hit it directly on the head there, that I think more patience on your part is definitely necessary. But, Temperance is reversed there. And I feel as though that patience is wearing thin, because I think you've asked maybe some questions about this visa before and stuff related to that. So I can see by now with Temperance reversed there that patience on your part is wearing thin. And with that card in the middle, though, maybe this is saying that ultimately there will be a happy outcome. It's just a matter of time. Because the Ten of Pentacles, it can be a family card like what Mr. O said, but it's about emotional satisfaction and happiness. So I almost feel like, something good is going to come out of this that will make your wife feel happy. And if that's getting the visa, fine. If that's maybe moving on from there to something else because it doesn't come through, fine. But this does seem to have some sort of happy conclusion. I just feel that maybe there's just some snafu or delay.
Right, that's mostly what it seems like is just severe paperwork situations that are holding it back. And so mostly it's just talking about patience. And I'm wondering, that it's really, in my sense, going to take at least into the summer.
Yeah,
I'm not sure if you have any
know.
idea what you're waiting for, but I feel like it's going to be several months away yet. Just how it feels to me at the moment.
We have no idea what COVID and any other factors could be playing into everything that's going on right now.
So your first card with the Lenormand, Dr. Victor, was the Key, and then the next card was the Stork.
Boy, that Stork has been coming up a lot
He's
today.
been doing a lot of work today.
So the Stork is saying basically that, the Key and the Stork together are saying that the Key is, I think, ultimately, I could take this two ways. The key is that it will happen eventually and a new beginning will ensue for your wife. That's the happy one. This one's not unhappy, but it might also say the key is that maybe your wife needs to move on to something new. I mean, that's a possibility here too. I can't rule out, since this is taking so long and trying everybody's patience.
Oh, that sounds
here.
horrible too. It just keeps going on, doesn't it? Well, it does seem like something new will change or come along, and maybe this will bring a sense of satisfaction, or at least the idea that at least you know for sure what you have to do. And like Banshee says, or like what I'm feeling is like, it may be that you'll just have to go on to something else and let that proceed as it will, or reapproach it later. It does just sort of feel like it's going to take a lot longer than what you want, and it might be better to focus on some other projects and let it take its course. There may be almost nothing you can do to affect it.
I feel like you've done everything you can, and it's one thing to tell you to continue to be patient, but it's another thing, but I also feel that card is really showing you guys are almost done with the patience, and really ultimately your wife has to look out for what is really going to make her more emotionally happy and fulfilled. And if it's waiting for this to happen, fine. If it's moving on to some new beginning, that's fine as well. To me, it looks like some new beginning is likely to happen. But I have to say, as far as the visa goes, it seems to be tangled up still right now. And that's the best I can tell you.
It doesn't disallow that another option, like you say, Australia or UK might merit a benefit, but still it looks like time will be involved.
Hey, that's what we have for you, Dr. V. Good luck with that. Thanks for stopping in. Good to see you. Violet Lotus, you are up. Last but not least, what can we do for you today?
You bet. You're welcome anytime, Dr. Victor.
You're very welcome. Okay. About your realignment? Your deck, Mr. O?
Oh, sure. Let's use the Karma Music Tarot.
Ooh. Okay. Reiki, powerful stuff. Oh, Mr. O, you're my bestie. I thought it said beastie at first.
I have to wait till the show's over to tell you what I think one says there.
Oh, no.
Because it's definitely not something I should say live.
Really? Oh, come on. It must be a glitch.
Well, I realize
Don't
that
say
it
it.
doesn't say that.
Okay.
It just looks like it because of the bad lettering that you mentioned. All right. Four, four, four.
Uh-oh. We're really late.
I know, Violet. 344 for you.
All right.
The Grandmaster, the Hierophant, that one is reversed. I like it though. I like those blank eyes or whatever they are.
I
Really
like
close.
that it's reversed here.
No, I meant I like.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. No, I know what you meant.
Do you?
No, I do. But I'm just saying I like that it's reversed here. Just commenting.
Four of Wands upright.
The party card is back again.
Looks like it, eh?
Third time
Whenever
today.
you're near me, I hear a symphony. And this one's back too. The King of Swords, only he's upright this time.
Well, everything looks really, really positive here.
Yeah, it does.
I have to say that, you know, you doing this and you opening yourself, your blockage, releasing and removing, those blockages are truly going to open you up to expand your, who was that?
That was him coming down.
Oh, okay. No, he's up there.
Okay.
It was Shadow coming down from somewhere.
Could be.
Okay. This is going to open you up to more concepts and ideas and maybe even new visions and things. I don't know. I love that Hierophant reversed because it's like it's saying to you'll be able to really unbox yourself, unblock yourself. Absolutely. The Four of Wands is just saying you're going to celebrate this, you know. This is going to make you feel so much better, so much more in control in a way with the King of Swords here. Now you feel like you've achieved more clarity.
Spirit is saying that you've made the decision to really get out of the box, to really go against the grain of everybody that says, oh, you have to do it this way, oh, you have to do it real slow, oh, you have to do it this way, whatever it is. You know, because Spirit says, no, your path forward to the party card is following your will, which is to say, you know, toss the sand out of the sandbox. That's where the marbles and gems are, buried down deep inside, but you got to remove the sand to find them.
So I feel that this is going to really open you up more. One way or another, you are definitely going to be more open. And like I said, it's really like your consciousness is going to expand in maybe ways you didn't think it would. And I like that. And I think the King of Swords, you know, I look at the swords also as cards of clarity. And who would have the most focus and clarity than the King of Swords here? So I feel like, yes, you will regain more focus. You'll be able to really get sharper intuition and clarity, you know, with some of the visions and dreams and messages that you get from Spirit, maybe for others, as far as your mediumship goes.
There's a binary quality with the King of Swords, because I look at this, and I've seen this deck for 30 to 40 years now when I read it, and I look at this and I say, go ahead.
We have a visitor. Look who's here.
Hi, Shadow.
Say hi to Shadow.
Come on, come.
Shadow has arrived.
What I wanted to say about the King of Swords is these guys seem like twins or aspects of each other, and I don't always get that from the King, but there is a duality because the King, of course, could decide things one way or the other. When he's reversed, it's really saying that duality is actually more evident. So I'm just wondering really if this is the way Spirit is saying, I'm with you, I am a part of you, I am you, the likeness, you know, and even if you bear the certain brunts, you know, I'm with you.
Shadow
Shadow's
is adorable, but she won't come out. I tried to coax her out with her toys.
Hello, my baby. Come here. Come on, come.
Well, she'll come for you, I see.
Come, my baby.
But now you've attracted somebody else's attention by that. I hope you know. He is glaring at you.
Hold for the glare. Okay, we're really getting weird now.
All right. We're going to do the Lenormand for you, Violet, so you can get off this internet.
She's my baby in a way because
She's
just,
too.
well, she's both our babies, but she's affectionate in a different kind of way. She's more lovey. All right, Violet, here's what we got.
I got
for
to
the
figure
Lenormand.
this one out for you, Violet. Here we have the tree. But here, too, we also have the cross. So, This can be a tough one. I mean, in a way, you know, in a health-related reading, I would say that this could be, you know, dealing with some long-term health issues. So could this be some long-term blockages that this is clearing out? I feel here that this is positive, though, that whatever grief or whatever things that have been blocking your growth are probably going to be removed by this, just because every single other card you have in this reading is positive. So I have to take it, you know, when you throw cards like this, you have to take them, you know this, in context to the whole reading. And so when I do that, I feel here, even though the message can be somewhat challenging, looking at the question you asked, how you asked it, and what this is saying to me in connection with all these other cards here is that, you know, this grief and stuff, or things that have been blocking, these little problems that have been blocking your flow, are going to be removed, and you're going to be able to grow more.
Yeah, I don't think I can look at it exactly the same way with that expertise that you have with the Lenormand, but I do feel that the cross is saying what is ending really is what blocked you, that the tree represents the growth going further, even though, and you know, wands, trees, just going to throw that out there. So I think it's just really a good card. I can't really add anything to what she said, so I'm just going to let it go that way.
Well, I am going to say that, you know, there may be what might come out of this whole thing too, Violet. It just occurred to me, maybe that's why they have come up here. This is going to help remove some things from you. It may affect you in some ways physically. I mean, there may be a physical reaction to what is happening tonight that you may have to work through, but ultimately, I think it's going to end up being okay.
You know, I hadn't thought about that, and I do know that from some other people's work, that sometimes working with these kind of energies and releasing these blockages can bring about some unintended consequences, or you probably know more about than I do, so I'm just saying that from my point of view, this would be dramatic, but maybe you know what to do, and maybe that's why the King of Swords is there, because you really do have this mastery. So you're putting yourself in hands of spirit, and it's going to work out.
I think it's going to work out. I think it's going to work out just fine. So good luck with that. Keep us posted, of course. All right, so that's what we have for Violet Lotus, and that's what we have for our show finally. We even got a special guest appearance by Shadow.
And I'm so happy that everybody stayed, so that they could, I knew you were going to say that. Yeah, and that's that kind of thing, right? That, this could affect you physically. You might get some sort of illness or something.
All right, that's what we have. So, hey, thanks everybody for spending this afternoon with us. We'll be on again soon. Don't forget, Super Bowl predictions. Yes, it was Angel, and we even got Shadow. That's what makes it so awesome. Shadow making a brave appearance here, bucking the trend of Sunny stealing every show. Take care, everybody. Have a great week ahead, and we will see you soon. Say bye to Shadow, and we're signing out.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.